I have
Pretty
no
cool.
clue.
So you have computer access to his camera.
Hold on.
Infatuated with the in-between, the ups and downs, the curves and the rounds. I'll bring it to your city or your hometown. I'll go back in time when the feeling was fine, when funkin' was legal and it wasn't a crime. Party people lined up and down the way, a bigger celebration than your birthday. Funkin' up the neighborhood, I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. And I have seen the world pristine, funk you up in the bushes, funk you down in the trees. Now look around, all the frowns, the yellow, the white, the red and the brown. And keep in mind, it never costs a dime, 'cause funkin' is free, I remember the time. Now look today, the streets are gray, time to take it back to yesterday. Funkin' in the neighborhood, I felt the fool 'cause the funk was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the fool 'cause the funk was good. It was good in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin'
And we're live.
And we are back.
Welcome to the
Matt,
Underdog
you got to come up
Journey.
with something cool.
You came up with something cool?
No, Matt's got to come up with something cool to say
Matt,
at the
you need
opening.
something cool to start the show.
All right, we're going to restart it. You got to come in right after me. All right, Wes, go for it.
And we're live.
And we're back.
And I'm drinking.
Welcome to the Underdog Journey, where we have very low standards and we will always butter your bread.
I'll drink to that. I will drink to that. I mean, to be honest, works for me.
John Calendar
Let's
says, we're
see.
going to show your phone screens. It better be pics of... Why
Of
did I put
titties
that
or
on the
beer?
screen? John, I'm not going to put your comments on the screen anymore. What?
I
I need to start screening John's comments before I put them on the screen. Everybody watching, I apologize for John Calendar's horrid behavior.
I do not. I approve and condone of all of this messaging.
Well, I'm just glad I actually stopped reading before I got too far.
Oh, I read it anyway for you, so we're cool. We got it covered. It's in transcript. So what are you drinking over tonight, West?
Well,
Oh, John.
John Cal, exactly. See what I'm saying?
Oh, my.
So, you know, whenever I go to the beer shop, I like to try something new, something I haven't had before. I like to try.
Did you
little
get you some more Mountain Dews?
I did not. I went a little weirder this time. I got something called Spicy Sourpuss. Spicy Sourpuss. It is a mango jalapeno. Wait, no, mango and habanero pepper sour ale. Which is
Boy, there's a lot. There's a
right
lot to
here.
break down in that.
There's a lot going on
just...
in this, and actually, it's 6% alcohol by volume. If you half froze this and like put it into like a drink it like a slushy, it would be a really good summertime drink.
Is it as good as
Okay.
shot?
Actually, no, it could be a little spicier. See, the trick is you add just the right amount of crushed cayenne pepper into your protein shakes. You get a nice hot shot of protein.
Yes.
Yeah, my West's hot shot of protein.
Look, I'm telling you, there's a market there. There's a market there.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
David
Butter your
Donald says,
bread. Butter your bread. Already back in the show. We were actually joking about that during the countdown. Already back in the show. So Matt Harmon, what are you drinking back there? You tin cupping it?
Oh, I'm tin cupping it, baby.
Tin cup. Nice
good stuff. It's good standby. It's good standby.
It really is. So we've got a couple things over here. I don't know if I want to crack this bottle
What are
yet.
you having?
We'll start with it. But first,
You always have a good collection. The Infinity Bottle. Gotta love the Infinity Bottle.
we are going to probably pour bourbon all over myself. It's actually what's going to happen. It's a dumb idea to do
It's
this
best
live
to
on a
fill-
show.
It's best to add to an Infinity Bottle before you've started drinking. Otherwise, it could get messy.
So 2.5 hours ago, I was over in Buffalo. An hour and a half or whatever time it was before that, I was in Rochester. So I've made a big loop of the western half of New York today. I have not been drinking, and I should have been. No. So here we go. So this is the Weller Special Reserve. It's actually one of my absolute favorite bourbons.
That Special Reserve, the green label, is really good.
It really
That's good stuff.
There are places you can get this for like $20 a bottle.
Yeah, my brother-in-law was just telling me about that. I was like, it's actually really hard to find. He's like, whenever I see it, it's like $20, $25.
Well, then buy it.
And I'm like, yeah, if you see it, buy it all you can and just, stockpile the stuff.
Yeah, so there we go. So there we have added, man, we're getting up there on that Infinity bottle. Look at
I
that.
have my good bourbon's upstairs. You're allowed to get into it.
Oh, I am?
If you want to.
It was the last time I did it.
All my good
Wow.
bourbons. He's got tin cup down there for you.
Well,
He said,
I
all
only
my
give
good
you the-
bourbons upstairs.
I only give him the look when he drinks my Blanton's, which is almost gone. And he says it tastes like Chernobyl runoff.
So, yeah, that was my drink last night. I had Blanton's. I had the Japanese Blanton's. And last night, I mean, it was a busy
You
day at
opened it
work,
up.
too.
Nice.
Yeah, I opened it up, had it. It tastes just like regular Blanton's. Really.
It didn't taste slightly more Japanese?
No. In fact, it did not taste any more Japanese than regular Blanton's. Tasted Kentuckian. I don't know.
Right.
What do Kentuckians taste like? Yeah, actually, you know what? Let's not go down that route.
Nope. Not with John on the line.
Yeah, let's walk away. Let's run away.
Matt has a great idea. Audience, what are you drinking? John and Dan, what are you guys drinking? Curious.
Yeah, what are you guys drinking out there today? But to start, I think I'm going to go with some Eagle Rare, which is one of my favorites. I have a gifted bottle over here. There it is. It's the High Gold from Rabbit Hole.
Ooh, how is it?
So what I remember of it, because the night we did the tasting on this, we also had 9 other bourbons. So
it's hard to remember.
What I remember of this was pretty good. So we're going to give that a shot. And I have finally, the Calumet. This is the blend, the 15-year and the 8-year. So it has not been opened yet.
Okay.
So I don't know if I'm going to crack it tonight, but they're all, I mean, I've never been let down by Calumet bourbon. So hoping for it there. And I'm drinking out of my brand new bourbon glasses here that have the number 45 on
45. You didn't even go to New York yet. You get the 45 glasses.
No, I went to New York. I was in New York City Sunday night, Monday night, and I came back home on Tuesday.
New York City.
Yes. So I was in New York then. I've got to go back this Sunday, and I'm there for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday again. So
busy man.
John Calendar's drinking a Paul Lanner Oktoberfest.
Yep, John Calendar's drinking a Paul Lanner Oktoberfest.
And then Dan McDonald is drinking a dry shocker.
Well, Dan made a comment. I'm not sure what he means here. Dry it out. A shocker, I know.
I thought he meant a dry shocker.
Oh, I think it means.
He's dried out. He's not drinking.
He's not drinking tonight. Got it. It took me a second.
All right.
He's drinking. Whoa, he's drinking a dried out shocker.
We're not going there. We're not. This show is off to a bad start. John Calendar says, "Run from the square bottles."
Yeah. So I think he's talking about the rabbit hole. So let's start with the rabbit hole because and I remember it being okay. So I don't think I'm gonna have much to complain about with it.
Yeah,
but we've got.
Well, you got to taste it on a clean palate. Otherwise, you're half a bottle in, and you think it tastes good. You try the next day, and it's awful.
Good. Yeah. So we had the town branch over when we were doing the bourbon tasting over here, and so I offered it to John Calendar and his wife. I was like, "You guys take a couple drinks of it. If you like it, take it home with you."
Fair enough.
Because it was practically a full bottle. Because you've seen me try to make stuff out of it and drink it, and they are not coming to me for endorsement deals anytime soon on that bourbon. And
Devin just made it.
Everybody, hey, happy birthday, Devin. I think yesterday was Devin Ross's birthday, so everybody take a moment.
I didn't know that.
So wish Devin Ross a happy birthday. So we're gonna pour this here. So anyway, we're sitting there drinking it, and I make the deal with the guys that are here. I say, here, take a drink of this. If you like it, take it home with you. If you don't like it, take it home with you. Get it out of my house. And so they tried it, and it actually got poured down my sink.
Let me make a toast to Devin Ross's birthday.
We have a toast coming in for
A
Devin
toast.
Ross's birthday.
We have a toast.
Clink, clink.
All right. So he says, the Dan McDonald says, happy birthday, fellow Libra. That means Dan McDonald's birthday was recent. So that just means we'll have to drink twice as much.
Well, 2 drinks, one for Dan, one for Devin.
All right. Prost. And happy birthdays to you.
Slancha.
Cheers. I thought you were going to have like a cocktail cup of dog treats for me to eat.
Oh, yeah.
Do you need dog treats? Do you want dog treats?
I would really like a dog treat, please.
Okay.
Do you have any of the apple bacon?
Actually, I do.
Because those are my favorite.
apple
You got
bacon
another
here.
batch of apple bacon?
Well, I think I have the recipe just right. So it's been taken. It's hard to get this one right. So try those. See what you think.
All right. I don't eat a lot, so this will be my dinner.
So first of all, smell. Okay. A deep sniff of the bucket there.
Sniff West bucket.
Well, so the test batches I save in these little jars, buckets here, and
Those are punchy as hell. Dogs are going to love these.
how's the flavor? Is it good?
So good.
They're Matt approved, so dogs will apparently love them.
What happened to us? We used to be cool and hip. Now Matt's in the background eating dog treats.
Eating dog treats. This is the extent of this show.
Well,
If he comes up humping your leg, I'm just shutting my camera off and going to bed.
Yeah, exactly. This is how the show starts. Imagine how it's going to progress.
Indeed.
going to the dentist.
Yeah,
Indeed.
well, yeah.
So I don't have any news. I have no idea what's going on in the world at all whatsoever.
Oh, man. So
are we at war with Guam or something? I don't know.
Nobody knows.
I would not have a clue.
The everything in the news is so political right now. Even the news that I found that wasn't relatively political is still kind of political. So I have a couple news items here we can sort of talk about. First one is there it is.
I'm trying to keep up on
California just raised minimum wage to $20 per hour, which equates down to about $41.6 per year. So if you're looking for a nice entry level job flipping burgers at $20 an hour, go to California. It's apparently a great place.
Let's see here. So that's $20 .00. Don't need to .02 times 2080. Yeah. It's not approximately is exactly $41,600 at a full time schedule. At a full time schedule.
Yeah, if you're working full time. So yeah, if I mean that's pretty good money out of college.
Well, it's actually
it used to be at least, not anymore.
California, it's horrible money in California. I mean, you need to make $100,000 minimum
right.
to live in a bad house.
So here's the thing. Well, no, actually, I was just reading. Just to qualify for a home loan right now, just to qualify, you need to make combined. You need to make $125,000 before you can even apply. Before they even think about letting you apply.
I can see that.
You need
Noah Leffingwell popped in. I'm headed to California. $20 an hour.
There you go, Noah.
It's a terrible idea.
Terrible hope idea. You know self-defense.
You would think there'd be a lot of empty. Never mind. That's too political.
Yeah, I know, and that's the thing. You
just
can't
stand outside and watch it. Yeah, just stand outside and watch it implode. Okay.
Look, this isn't. I'm not trying to get political here, but how can you possibly have $20 minimum wage and not expect inflation to go through the roof?
Yeah. Well,
because
that's the whole.
Here's the thing: companies are legally going to have to pay burger flippers $20 an hour. Do you think they're going to eat that cost? No, they're going to pass it on to the customer, which means everything's going to cost.
And we need to find somebody else to pick on.
$20 an hour.
I actually like a good burger flipper.
Which means that $20 an hour is going to be worth less. Meaning they now need a higher minimum wage to make ends meet. Meaning things are going to cost more, which means they need to get paid more, which means things are going to cost more. Do you see how this works? Paying people more.
Replace burger flippers with robots.
Well, there's actually
they're already working on
there are restaurants that are doing that.
In Texas, there's a fully automated McDonald's right now. I actually want to go just to try it, just to see it. I'm curious.
It'll be the same every time.
Well, it couldn't be any
They took our
jobs. They took our jobs. AI. Look, I told you AI. It's going to take over the world. Starts with fast food, ends with the apocalypse. That's the progression.
It's linear. It's linear. That's how it works.
After the apocalypse, it's going to be nice.
Swipe right. I feel like I'm on Tinder over here. It's like swipe right for comments.
I think I'd do well in the apocalypse. I think I would do okay.
Yeah. You got a nice basement.
I think I'd survive. I'm okay with cannibalism.
Use your kids as a shield.
Well, that's why you keep pets. You have,
That's going to be transcribed for all. It's going to be transcribed for all time. I'm okay with cannibalism.
I'm okay with little light cannibalism. Never hurt anybody.
Well, dog treats, so.
Donner party of 5. Donner party of 5.
Bum.
I'm sorry, 4.
I don't think Kim is on. Oh, and speaking of AI taking over, it's not just going to take over. It's going to infect our brains because this next news story is interesting. Hang on. Here we go. Neuralink is recruiting subjects for the first human trials of its brain-computer interface. So you might be able to plug into a computer now, and you will become the AI.
Now, that is something I could get behind. If I could unlock all the stuff in here and get it pulled up as rapidly as I need and be able to index the way that Google does, I'd be unstoppable.
So to begin with, it's really not going to be super advanced. It's really going to help out with certain neurological disorders and things like that. But their plan is obviously to build it up to the point to where you can actually, upload and download information from your brain and you save memories, do a full Matrix, I know Kung Fu kind of thing, upload stuff in your brain. And look, I'm not totally opposed to that. I don't want to be a guinea pig for it, but I'm not totally opposed to it.
I don't want to be a guinea pig.
But
a white mouse, maybe.
I'll let some other pioneer take those arrows. But I once it's a perfected technology, I wouldn't be totally opposed to it.
I'm sorry. What was that? You'll let who do what?
I said I'll let some other brave pioneer take those arrows. It's a real thing.
Oh, that's nothing offensive at all.
It's not offensive. It's a real business. It's a real business phraseology.
Phraseology.
Where
Yeah.
pioneers take the arrows, settlers take the land.
That's Matt's job. He said that's Matt's job. I mean, he is doing technically human testing on the dog treats.
It's true.
I guess when you eat dog treats, you kind of open yourself up.
That's how we know if they're toxic or not.
Yeah.
It's,
If he starts twitching back there, I'm just going to turn off the camera and go to bed.
So I do actually have a couple other products that Matt, you might be a good guinea pig for. So I'll let you know.
All right, what do we got? You mean I thought we had something we were going to look at tonight?
Oh, Kim Howard just joined.
Oh,
Kim,
hey, there
Matt's
she goes.
been waiting for you. Matt missed you.
Hi, Kim.
Yeah. Kim says hi, y'all. Yinges.
We miss you.
There we go. Okay. So, what?
What?
Have you seen this product called Dose? They advertise it on Facebook, and I'm a fat guy, so they love to advertise me.
Like Uno Dose,
D-O-S-E. D-O-S-E, Dose. It's actually a stuff to help your liver, and your drink looks just like it.
I can't imagine why they're advertising liver medication to you, David. I don't know why.
Clean.
You take that personally or not? I don't know.
I don't take it personally. I've got stuff in there that does it too. That powder drink stuff that I absolutely loathe. It's good for it. It's got all the thistle and all that fun stuff in there. All the hippie shit.
Get that Kachava stuff.
I did Kachava. There's another one. I might go back to Kachava. There's another one called Huel that I might take a look at as well.
Huel looks good.
This
stuff, it's expensive.
They're all expensive. They're all expensive. This bucket I've got here, it's tiny, is $75 a bottle. So it's pricey.
Well, so one of the I'm going to let it slip. One of the products I'm working on for Underdog, because right now I only sell the Underdog Plus peanut butter brew
Underdog
bones.
Plus peanut butter brew bones.
And these things are delicious. Matt eats them every day, and look at him. But
fit as a fiddle.
One of the products I'm working on is have you guys heard of Rough Greens?
No.
So it's a dietary supplement. You sprinkle it on your dog's food, and it
yes, I've seen that. Yeah.
So but the stuff is like, for a small bag of it is like $75.
75.
Yep.
75 for a 6 ounce bag. For a 6 ounce bag. I've been looking at the ingredients in that stuff. I can make it.
So Kim, what do you pay for a 6 ounce bag? No, nobody.
Oh, I get it. He's talking about
the face.
It transcribes everything.
West's face was perfect. He just lost all expression. What are we doing? What are we doing here?
Hey, Kim, now I know why Matt wants to hang out with you so much. Apparently his doctor has been urging him in the direction of recreational
narcotics
things.
Hey, there's some comments there you got to keep up with, man.
Yeah, well, look, I got stuff going on here.
Well, John Callender said expensive protein shot. Explosive protein shot like recipe for explosive. Oh, no.
Yeah.
8.
And you put up his comment. Oh.
Well, look, you're the one telling me to keep up with the comments.
Well, I literally did that just to set you up to put John's comment back up there.
Yeah, everybody listening, you won't be subjected. Everybody watching, have fun reading.
Yeah, that's the whole point. That's the whole point. It's fun for all ages, those who can read and those who can't.
Exactly. So if my kids actually watch this show one day, hopefully they can read. They go to public schools, so probably not.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
But I'm bummed.
Man, we're on it tonight. So you're creating some parsley to put on your dog food?
Well, actually, the treats already have parsley in them. But it's a greens supplement. So it's gonna have lots of bioactive ingredients. It's gonna have antioxidants. It's gonna have lots of omega fatty acids that are gonna help out with joint health. So apparently it's really good stuff. I'm testing it right now on my dog, and she's still doing okay. But apparently it's also supposed to be really good for pets with food allergies. It's supposed to correct things like that. A lot of the time that dogs have like food allergies or skin problems, it's because they don't have full... they need dietary supplements to make up for all the things they're not getting out of their kibble. Can you imagine eating the same thing every single day for every single meal of your life?
Yeah.
That would...
Yeah, exactly.
That would suck.
Exactly. So
Dogs like predictability.
yeah, Dan McDonald said greenies. Greenies are actually more of a tooth thing, but they do still have a lot of the same stuff in them. But I was looking at the rough greens, and again, a small 6-ounce bag is like $75. I can make it for a fraction of that.
What do you do with
So,
these things?
what do you mean? What do I do with
A
what?
6-ounce bag, $75.
Yes,
How much you put on your dog's food?
a tablespoon a day, they say.
That's going to go pretty quick.
Yeah, it's expensive stuff.
You know, I love my dog, but I'm not spending that kind of money on him.
Right.
I already buy Blue Buffalo. That's my limit.
Right. So the price point I'm looking at is about $25.
I wouldn't even take him to the vet because of what I spend on food.
Yeah.
That's the way.
Look, you do what you gotta do.
Yeah, PETA's going to be out your
Yeah.
out your
It's,
door.
I don't
walk outside.
endorse or condone anything Matt Harmon said.
Am I ruining your? I'm sorry. You know what?
I'm also not adding your last comment to the screen either.
Oh well.
Yeah, I could. Oh, wait. Oh, sweet. Okay.
Whacky.
Yeah.
Whacky. Yeah, you misspelled whacky.
Wacky.
Whacky.
I call it coo whip. I say coo whip.
Wacky. Yeah.
Wacky.
Yeah. He went to the same art school that I went to, so
It makes sense. It
not sure
tracks.
I should take that.
It tracks. Yeah. You talked about your kids going to public school, so you didn't know. John Callender said, "Hey, I'm a Dublin grad," because I believe your kids are in Dublin schools, correct?
They do go to Dublin schools. It's true.
Yeah.
So
he's a Dublin grad, so he can read.
Oh, I've read his comments, so I know his writing skills. John, I know your writing skills.
Yes, they're good. They're good. There once was an old man from Nantucket.
Well, you know what? I got an idea. Instead of making these greenies, make cat treats.
Yeah, I thought about that. The problem is everything cats actually like and go crazy for smells like garbage when you're baking it.
It smells like
It smells like really bad stuff.
Garbage.
Yeah.
Oh, poor little kid.
Yeah, so, like-
Any dead mice.
Yeah, imagine walking in my house and instead of it smelling like delicious cookies baking, imagine like old rotten fish and day-old barf.
Yeah, you do like that, don't you?
Like that's what it would smell like if you're making cat treats. So no,
Yeah.
thank you.
The little kitty.
No, the cat is just fine.
All right.
The cat's fine. Leave it alone. Although your kids, man, that is the most patient cat in the world, right there.
Oh my gosh, I know. We rescued this cat from a local rescue, and they pick this cat up and swing her around and run all over the house with her, and she's perfectly fine. She hasn't clawed or bitten them once.
Devin, don't egg him on. Don't egg him on, man.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
What?
Nothing.
I saw John Calendar's comment. I'm not adding that to the screen.
Yeah, that's the point. And then he got a laughy face out of it from Devin. So
Yeah, Devin, don't.
Like, Devin, come on, man. What are you doing? Egging him on.
Oh, I
And
thought you were
John's
talking
like,
about egging me
yes.
on. No, yeah, don't egg John on.
No, it's just egging John on.
No.
So, yeah. Okay. So, like normal, I've been traveling and there was an agenda sent out, but
There was, kinda.
I have no idea what it is. So
So
what are we
last
doing tonight?
Well, so last week, doing Matt's homework for him went over so well, we thought we'd try it again. Apparently, so Matt has a big history in sales.
Sales.
He
I don't like
didn't,
sales.
however-
Salesmen are weird.
It's true. Salesmen are the worst. I can't
Yeah.
think of a single salesman that I actually like.
Yeah. Crazy ass salesman.
It's
Wait a minute. Aren't Matt and I both salesmen?
yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
All
So
right.
apparently
That was a good comment. If I can't help it, if you won't give him the recognition he deserves, that was good. Thank you. That's love out there. That's the kind of love we recreate is between our viewers. They are bonding over very bad and raunchy comments.
That's it. Exactly. See the kind of show
Yes.
this is. Oh boy.
Okay, I got a DL here. What's going on here, Devin? I don't know.
The cat?
Dan, is there a normal? No, there's no such thing as normal.
Yeah, there's no normal in this show. Nothing is normal on the show.
Nothing is normal by design, by design and accident both.
Not my breath.
I
All
think,
right, so
I
we're
think
doing
Matt's
homework.
concerned that my cat might be farting on him back there.
Yeah, I really am. I keep getting a whiff of dead, rotten mouse.
Sorry.
Well,
I tell ya.
I'm
It
sorry,
might
you're
be
the
a
one
cat.
back there
It
eating
might be-
dog
have
treats.
fun back there. Yeah, do what you got to do. Anyway, this is how the show is going today. Okay, great. Oh, anyway,
All right.
so last week's show when we did Matt's homework for him went over so well. We thought we'd try it again. So Matt has been in sales for a long time. He didn't seem to realize, though, that a sales funnel and a marketing funnel are basically the same thing.
They would never let me talk to the marketing department.
That's probably
I
for
can't
good
imagine
reason.
why. So
Although it's a terrible idea. Your marketing and sales should be working very close together.
it's true. They totally should, because they're both two sides of the same coin. So we thought we'd run over some of his homework again today, basically talking about the marketing funnel. What it does here is basically it breaks down the sales funnel. They relabel it the marketing funnel. And talks about all the different interaction points that take place within that funnel. David, you're pretty familiar with the sales and marketing funnels.
Yeah. I'm looking at the screen. I don't even know what the letters are. But I'm like, yeah, I get this.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't see anything. I can't read any of it. And I'm like, yeah, I got this. What do we got? I can wing my way through this.
Right. So basically, if you've never seen a sales funnel before, what it talks about is the largest part of the funnel is the very first interactions you have with a potential customer or lead. This is basically the first time a customer's ever heard your name, ever seen your product, ever learned anything that you even exist. After that, it moves into interest. Gradually they're gaining interest in your product or service.
So I'm going to back us up a little bit. I'm going to back us up a little bit there because
Go ahead.
We have talked about it over on this show before about the stages and the number of touches that you get to bring people in, and you can walk through your number of touches down this level.
And you can break this down even further than is presented here.
Yeah. This is very rudimentary. This is very big. This is if you're trying to build a basic sales or marketing funnel. This is your guy right here. I like it. I can't see what are the dark blue. I can't see what it says in the dark blue, but
consideration.
Consideration. Okay. All right. I'll take that. So, all right, let's go. So we got awareness. Right. That's the buyer literally becoming aware that you exist.
Right. After that is interest. They're slightly gaining interest in your product or service. After that is consideration. They're considering buying from you. Intent. They have intent to buy from you. Evaluation. They're really thinking about it. They're thinking about where they're going to put this big thing they're going to buy from you, or how they're going to use your product or service.
Under evaluation also is when we have competitor searches as well.
Right. And then, of course, the purchase at the very bottom of the funnel. And then hopefully after somebody comes out of the bottom of the funnel, you can recycle them back through and keep them as a loyal recurring customer. There are some
ideally by goal.
Yeah, there's some other basically breakdown of the different interactions here on the side. But essentially it's pretty basic, and it's essentially the exact same thing. Marketing funnel, sales funnel, 2 words for the same thing.
Yeah. Lead generation. I like that. So you could use the tactics we've taught you and the tactics we were teaching you guys last week. I don't think we really taught you anything last week. We just kind of talked about it, about how you can create and craft a company voice where we have talked about who we're speaking to. We need to talk about or craft who we're speaking from. What is our message? How we're presenting that message? What is the medium? All these things go into it. And you could craft that message to each one of these tiers in this funnel and show a connection of how one connects to the other. And you could literally walk your customer right down this line. So if you build it, John Callender says, don't touch your clients.
Don't touch the clients. They don't like
Don't touch the clients, sir. Don't touch the clients, sir. The guy with a little earpiece in. Don't touch the clients, sir.
One thing he understands is that because he's in marketing.
Yeah.
That's what he does for a living. So all the different touch points during this drop. So there could be mailers. There could be I've got your email now. I'm going to bombard you with emails. All the different touch points to get that one customer out the bottom of the funnel while these other customers are flowing in behind it.
Right. So it's basically a waterfall. As people are leaving the funnel, you still hopefully have new people coming into the funnel. But also, not only do you have different touch points throughout, you can probably have multiple different teams throughout. Chances are during the lead gen phase, you're going to have one team of marketers putting out feelers, putting out ads, things like that. During the lead nurture, you're going to have, a different sales team or a different marketing team pumping out this different information. And then through the sales part of the funnel, the actual sales part of the funnel, you're hopefully going to have actually experienced good salespeople like you had been in the past and like David is now, actually closing those deals.
Now, what's interesting, I think, and this is the first time I've ever thought of this, but what if, like, the sales funnel will often go dry because you get involved in a sale and you don't have the time to replenish the sales funnel. But in a marketing funnel, you can't afford to have it go dry.
Well, I mean, it's still kind of the same thing. So with your marketing, so here's the thing. So marketing, the good thing about marketing as opposed to sales is if you do your marketing right, if you plan it right, if you have more evergreen type content, it can have inbound sales impacts, right?
Right.
So sales is essentially a lot of that is one-on-one, or a lot of that is specifically outbound. But marketing, if you do it right and plan it right, a lot of that can also be inbound if your content can be evergreen, right? So the idea is not to have sales doing its job and marketing doing its job, and never the twain shall meet. Hopefully, you're both working hand in hand, so you can have evergreen content working in tandem with that one-on-one intense outreach. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I would say marketing and sales are two sides of the same coin.
To me, the biggest thing that I'd like to address with this comment, I'd like to address a comment here, is letting the sales funnel run dry because you're busy executing a sale. I struggle with that.
It happens to people. It happens.
Well, also if you're
ideal, but
so John has in his comments, John has an idea to fix that.
Apparently, John's idea is for me not to look at the screen. So I'm going to do the rest of the show like this. This is a much better way.
What John did.
This is great when Wes. Yeah, this is. Oh,
well, I was
man,
looking back at Matt, and hopefully you guys could actually hear me.
I'd like to address a comment here.
Great when Wes isn't looking.
So Devin would like to address a comment here.
Yep.
Oh man,
Good.
That was golden. That was golden.
So I think there are some questions here on this flyer, and this is stuff that Matt's actually doing in school right now. So Matt, you should actually be a shoo-in on this in this class, versus some of the other people in your class are probably seeing a lot of this stuff for the first time.
I don't talk as much.
What? I don't believe that for a second.
Yeah. Wait.
You know what? I go in with the.
I don't have a piece of paper to pretend like I'm Mary Povich over here.
There you go. Yeah.
So, all right. So we got presented with another challenge and I got to tell you about this because the answer was amazing. It wasn't mine. I was kind of jealous.
Okay, what's the challenge?
All right. So the challenge was come up with this, business archetype, an archetype for your business, and like we did last week, and. So we had our group had an oil change company, and we came up with King Crescent Wrench. And all right, so we went through all the steps of creating this archetype, and then the professor says, "All right, now you're at a music festival. You get a 30 by 30 concrete pad with an unlimited budget, and you can do whatever you want to promote this, but you can't sell anything."
Okay.
Why the holy hell are you promoting oil changes at a music festival?
It's King Crescent, it's just what it
doesn't matter.
So anyway, well, you want to listen to the idea? Listen to this idea. So
I'll listen to this shitty idea. Go for it.
All right.
Stop spending your marketing dollars in dumb places.
All right, I gotta wait till he's done. You have a go-kart track, right? And the go-karts start off slow, and then you got to stop and get an oil change, which makes your go-kart run fast. So you're running fast, but eventually your go-kart slows down. You got to stop and get another oil change.
Okay.
That's it. Think how much fun that would be.
Okay.
And it promotes the idea to these young hippies that they've got to change their oil.
I mean, yeah, if you have unlimited budget, you're right. That's a good way to go.
So, so when these hippies leave the music festival, they're off to engage in capitalism, and they embrace it, and they become consumers. See?
It hurts.
Can you
it hurts.
Impressed, please? Like, face the camera and look impressed.
Oh, I'm looking this way, unimpressed.
Yeah.
I'm totally impressed.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
I like Jeff Leffingwell's comment better. Tiny bikinis move product.
Tiny bikini. Yeah. He ain't wrong.
Hippies don't.
He ain't wrong. It's tried and true.
That's actually a good point. I was thinking about that, John.
At a music festival, that would actually do better.
Actually, I was thinking about that, John. A lot of the if it's a hippie concert, a lot of them probably do have electric vehicles. Most of the vehicles in the parking lot are probably Teslas, or not Teslas, probably Priuses.
Hey, this is VW bug.
Prius still needs
Meaning
oil
they're
change.
well, if they're all Priuses, they're used
Hybrid.
to driving really slow, so they probably don't want to go fast.
It don't matter. Yeah.
You know what? It's important to change your oil. And at King Crescent, you get such royal service, you want to change it more often.
First of all, dumb name.
This is God so bad. There's no win. There is no win in this conversation.
Oh, don't get me started on my dad. You're right. Dads, here's what you got to do. No, here's what you got to do. Here's an idea. You get a giant screen up on this concrete pad, right?
Right.
And then you have people FaceTime on this giant screen, their dads telling them why they need to change their oil.
Okay.
Because every dad has had that. My dad, if every day he would ask me, "You check your oil?" Every single day. He's like, "You fill up your gas tank? You think you need to check your oil?" Every single time. Every single time. And he'd get mad if I didn't.
Like, where the hell's the oil supposed to go, man? That's excessive.
Yeah.
I mean, I can fill up my tank 3 times in a day. I'm not checking my oil every time.
That's a dad thing, man. I'm telling you, dude. My dad was rough on oil. You're right. He was.
Well, see, that's why Dave's kids are going to break down someday.
Do you ask Noah if he checked his oil?
Noah knows how to check his
You're
oil.
not doing your job.
I
Noah
don't
Leffingwell,
have
if you're
to
still
tell him.
watching, Noah Leffingwell,
He
if
better
you're
be
watching
watching.
right now, did you check your car's oil?
Better be watching.
Check your oil. Every time you fill up your gas tank, check your oil.
Check your oil.
That idea was great. That was a great idea. In fact, I gave her $100,000 for that idea.
Oh, sweet.
Well, John Callender backed up Jeff Leffingwell's idea. Drive fast to see more tiny bikinis.
What?
It would sell.
Oh,
it would,
there we
it would
go.
get people's attention.
There we go.
Well, that's an idea.
Actually, I have Devin,
just
I've had
bikinis
a lot
will
of
move.
cars that did burn a lot of oil. So, fair enough.
Yeah.
Buy a longer dipstick, according to
Jeff Leffingwell, the longer dipstick.
Nobody's gonna say it.
I was gonna make some.
Nobody's gonna
comments,
say
I'm not
it.
gonna go there.
Nobody's gonna say it. That's what she said.
No. Well, I was gonna say it's not the length of the dipstick; it's the girth. To the next. So we're gonna get to some of the questions here on the sales funnel. The first one. Let's see. I'm a singular small character in what could be a big, new, scary adventure. I don't even know the context of what this question is
What
supposed to be.
the holy hell is that?
I think this is coming from the same teacher last week where he wanted to create the characters in like a Dungeons and Dragons type of...
customer journey.
Yeah, I get it now. Okay, so basically he's talking about the customer journey in sort of a Joseph Campbell
Through the
hero's
pyramid,
journey
or
kind of way.
Through the funnel. The
turned-
customer's
well, he turned-
experience through the funnel.
Luke Skywalker kind of way.
So, David, are you familiar with Joseph Campbell's hero's journey?
No, I am familiar with Bilbo Baggins going on an adventure. So let's go with that.
So once upon a time in a land far, far away, in this galaxy, there was a guy named Joseph Campbell who created the story archetypes, or basically discovered and authored the idea of the hero archetypes of the hero's journey. Basically, it's a young, inexperienced guy or gal who
sent away to live with
out-
their aunt or uncle.
who goes out and tries to discover the world on this big adventure, meets a old wizard who could teach him how to do what he needs to do to fulfill his tasks. He fails. He meets the villain. He fails again. He grows. It's basically the classic character arc. And actually, Star Wars, the original Star Wars with Luke Skywalker, was based heavily on the writings of Joseph Campbell. So basically what this guy did is he turned the hero's journey from Joseph Campbell into the customer's journey through this marketing
the customer's
funnel.
journey through the marketing funnel.
So I'm not sure we actually need to read through all of these. Basically, it's
Oh, come on, they're
what the
stupid.
customer's
They're
journey
stupid.
is.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, so the first one is I'm a
you got-
singular small character.
I'm a singular small character
These things are
in what could be a
brilliant.
big, new, scary adventure.
They're brilliant.
They're brilliant, according to Matt Harmon, the art student.
Well, my professor might be watching. So.
Oh, they're brilliant. It's
Brilliant.
brilliant.
No, I'm just saying, if you just go from marketing funnel and then you just read this, it's like, wait, what the hell?
Wait, what am I reading?
What the hell is going on?
Okay,
here?
so if Matt Harmon's teacher is reading this, I apologize. I didn't know the full context because your student wasn't paying very good attention in class.
Yeah,
and
he wasn't
didn't
paying attention in
explain
class.
it, what I
He
was
was
about to
busy
read.
thinking about bikini girls at music festivals selling oil changes or some shit.
Okay, so the first one, I'm a singular small character in what could be a big, new, scary adventure. Number 2, I know enough to step out, meaning not out, or step out on his lady. He needs to step out into the larger world. Okay, number 3.
Oh,
I know enough to ask
Stupid.
questions and hesitate. Okay, fair enough. If you're going shopping for a big product, you need to ask questions and be slightly hesitant. I get it. Salespeople are the worst. Number 4, I need someone else to help me venture out. Hopefully,
Gandalf? Gandalf the Wandering Wizard?
All right, so I need someone to help me, so that's meeting the mentor.
Got it. Right. So the hero's journey. So this is when Luke met Obi-Wan. Okay.
Obi-Wan. Of course I know him. He's me.
Well, hello there. Okay.
Hello.
No, John, I'm not adding that to the screen.
Oh, did I miss something? Oh, I missed something good then.
Yep. Nope. Number 5, I'm ready to begin this adventure. This world doesn't seem so scary now.
Crossing the first threshold.
He's crossing the threshold.
Hi, Kiki.
My current wife. Oh, my current wife and my son joined us.
Okay.
Hey, Locke, what do you got there, buddy? Whoa, cool! You got Halloween lights over here, so they can see them.
Oh,
Turn them on.
Center them up.
See them.
We can't see them.
Will they turn on? Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
those are pretty spooky.
The kids have been on the couch.
I love it.
Do. Ah, there you go.
Those are very
There's a
spooky.
delay. I'm looking at the wrong screen.
There you go.
Good.
Yeah, John, we're deleting all your comments. Just so you know.
What's going on here? He's got a
He says,
period.
delete all comments because a child walked into the room.
delete.
Thanks, John.
Quick. Push him up the screw. Push him up the round.
He's actually very good at reading,
All
though,
right.
so you're a good reader, aren't
There
you?
we're good.
You've been paying attention at school.
Ba
Okay.
weep, grana weep, ninny bum.
Okay, while we're having full conversations in the background, number 6 is I'm doing it. I'm part of this story.
Oh,
Sorry. She's giving me dirty looks as she walks out. I'm doing it. I'm part of this story.
night, Kiki.
That's tests, allies, and enemies.
Not just in the environment, but as an active player. You're an active player in this adventure of buying a new dishwasher. Number 7, I know enough to try things, break things, ask hard questions. I'm confident in this space.
That is approach to the inmost cave.
Yeah, this is when Luke learns how to use the Force, ventures out, and crashes his first Tesla. Number 8 is I'm confident enough to do more here and increase my presence in the environment.
The ordeal? None of this is making sense now. How does that match up with the ordeal?
Well, he's ready for the bigger challenge
Okay.
in the adventure. He's ready to take on Darth Vader and face the Emperor in the final battle for what could be a very lucrative deal on fire extinguishers. Number 9 is...
Wait. Are we just skipping right over Empire Strikes Back? I mean, we had A New Hope, and you jumped straight to the Return of the Jedi. What the hell,
Well, there
man?
was a lot happened in the middle. A lot happened in the middle there, and Luke got tired. Yoda wasn't even mentioned. It's a whole thing.
Oh, yeah, I know. I mean, freaking nothing.
Yeah. Well, we could go back and do
Man.
the prequels.
Okay.
That would make a lot of
Now,
sense.
all right, moving on.
Number
Okay.
9 is the reward.
Number 9. I'm
We
so
did with Jar
confident.
Jar.
I'm so oh boy. We could do the sequel trilogy. That would really be a
Jar Jar.
that'd be a really loading.
Why you got to push the buttons, man? Why you gotta
I'm
push the buttons? Okay.
I'm so confident that this is the right place that I'll bring others along.
Actually, I'm so convinced that this is the right place.
What did I say?
Confidence.
Same thing.
All right.
I'm so convinced
And that was
and
reward.
confident that I'm in the right place that I can bring others along.
Ask the studio audience if they're following this.
Studio audience, are you following this? You're the studio audience. They're just the audience.
Oh, yeah.
No, they're just waiting for us to screw up again. That's what they're doing.
Again. John
Yeah.
Carver, please no Jar Jar.
All right, so then we hit the return, which is the road back, the resurrection, the return with the elixir.
Devin Ross says, prequel was tough. Subject
It
for
was a
Dave.
tough subject for
what
Dave.
was worse, the prequels or the sequels?
Oh, God, the sequels
Oh
Sequels were a
man.
nightmare.
But
none of them. They didn't work. None of them worked. None of them worked.
But both of them, both ends of it failed.
Because it's never going to be better than Star Wars.
The sequels were so bad, they made the prequels actually look good. That's the problem. That's the thing. The prequels were not good by any stretch of the imagination. The acting wasn't good. The directing wasn't good. The writing wasn't good. But
there were a couple highlights
so
you could pull out.
But the sequels were so bad. They made the prequels look good.
Yeah.
Oh, and
so the
John Calvin,
new in the storyline.
But
if we could put Kathleen Kennedy and George Lucas in the same room, we might get a decent movie.
No,
if we could get both of them, or we get the absolute worst movie that we could possibly.
No,
it's
Kathleen
so
Kennedy
risky.
Is
well, I know she is what she. That's what happened to the last three, the sequels. But George Lucas is what happened to the prequels. So I don't.
Well, see, here's
what? Hand the whole damn thing off to Jon Favreau and be done with it.
Yeah, here's the problem. Okay, when Disney bought Lucasfilm, there was a whole extended universe of books, comic books, movies, or not movies, video games that everyone loved.
There was
everyone loved the extended universe. All they had to do was adapt that to film, and it would have made gold. It would have made solid gold.
Just hand that material to the screenwriters.
There was so much material, they could be making new movies for the next 100 years, guaranteed. And every one of them would have been canon. Fans would have loved it, and it would have continued to make gold. But no, Kathleen Kennedy has politics.
But wait a minute, didn't she made a really great movie back in the, was it late 80s, early 90s?
I don't watch porn, David.
What if we put
yes, you do. You're in porn. We talking
Actually,
about?
Jeff Leffingwell says, need good Airbender. Actually, so Netflix is coming out with a new Avatar The Last Airbender movie or miniseries.
Terrified.
That's supposed to come out in 2024. I'm curious. I'm terrified, but I'm curious.
What if we were to put George Lucas and Kathleen Kennedy in a bag with a badger?
I want to see them in a no holds barred death match where they have to beat each other to death with their bare hands.
Can there be a badger?
No, with their bare hands, like literally hands of bears ripping.
Debbie Does Ohio.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're not supposed to read that.
It was funny. It was funny. So,
Airbender movie was a disaster.
Openly. Yes, it was absolutely a disaster.
But you can blame M. Night Shyamalan for that one.
I'm rewatching the Last Airbender cartoon series right now. I'm in season 3, which is the last season of them. Season 3, like episode 4 or 5.
Now? Of what now? The Airbender?
Of the Last Airbender. Yeah, the Avatar Last Airbender.
Look, the animated series was actually it was really good. It was surprisingly good. Now I haven't watched the sequel series. I've heard it's not bad, but I've heard it's not the same.
It's not bad, but it's definitely not the same. And it evolved. It evolved.
Have you seen it?
No, it evolved. It's worth a watch once. It's not something I'm gonna be like, hey, I want to go back and watch this again. Where the Avatar I've watched at least twice already, and this will be my third time through at minimum.
Yeah, it was good. It's one that's easy to forget how good it is. I agree with that. If you're not
it is a good movie.
It's a good.
It's a good show. It's a good show.
Yeah,
good series.
Good series. Jeff Leffingwell, who's Debbie?
Who's Debbie? He's like, I live in Ohio.
I'm not gonna go.
He's like, I live in Ohio. Who's this Debbie guy? Who's this Debbie girl we're talking about?
Who's this Debbie you speak of?
Hashtag ding dongs. Oh wait, that's Hostess.
Yeah. Nope. Nope.
It's all gone wrong. It's all gone wrong.
It's the whole show, but it started that way.
When I was in
9th
grade, I came home and Dad had just gotten a VCR, and he had Debbie Does Dallas in the VCR, and he was.
But she doesn't do dishes.
Now let me ask you: Did he buy? Did he buy the VHS tape or did he rent it?
He rented it.
Because remember back in like the old DVD rental places where they had the back room, they had the beads, and kids couldn't go through the beads.
The beads,
and they always
the
did.
Beads.
They thought for some reason because they thought the kids couldn't see through the beads. You can see right through the beads. You know what's back there.
Yeah, it was the highlight of going to the video store.
And here's what I was finding kind of weird about that whole thing. Right, when you get this VHS tape or this DVD, you have to physically touch this thing to put it in your machine. No, man. No. None of that is good.
They didn't have Lysol wipes back then.
There were no Lysol wipe. There was no Purell. Purell wasn't a thing back then.
There was no Purell. It was bleach and alcohol and iodine.
There's not enough bleach in the world, man. There's not enough bleach in the world.
Well, there's actually chlorine in
Devin Ross, you can see through the beads.
You can totally see through the beads. That
You
was
totally
the best
see
thing about going to
through
the
the
video
beads.
stores, peeking through the beads, going, oh! And,
Yes.
then your mom's like back there like, hey, did you find a movie yet? No, Mom, I'm still looking.
Yep. Strategically placed video game section back there.
Exactly.
See, all the boys are like, they want Tetris or Tetris 2. And it's 45 minutes of looking between Tetris and Tetris 2.
Exactly. Jeff, good comment.
They were doing.
No.
Sounds
No.
like it sounds like Jeff's been talking to John.
They're collaborating.
Oh,
Yeah, we're big
waterbed-
fans of
waterbeds and
collaboration.
stuff. You ever been to the back of a waterbeds and stuff?
Yeah, it's a little.
I've
is,
been in a waterbed and stuff, but I've never been to the back of a
go to
waterbed.
the
What the
back of a
hell's in the
waterbed
back of a
Go
waterbed
to
and
the back
stuff?
of a waterbeds and stuff. Then you'll want to buy some Purell.
I went to the front of a waterbed and stuff, and I wanted to buy Purell.
The 70s were the most filthy decade ever. And they
My buddy Eric was in there, and this hippie chick backed over his car when he was in the parking lot, and there was a cop in there at the time.
A cop
And
in
the cop's
waterbeds
like-
and stuff.
Yeah, and the cop's like, well, she doesn't have insurance, but you were in a no parking zone, so you guys figure this out.
That's fun. Yeah, right.
Spencer's straight allowed kids in their stores.
Well, Spencer's wasn't
Isn't that just
nearly
like
as
the
bad as the back
tchotchke
of
thing?
waterbeds.
well,
Yeah.
It is now. It wasn't then.
Okay, fair enough. It's gotten more family friendly since then. It started out kind of rough.
No. I mean, it's gotten a lot rougher now.
Oh, has it?
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
Oh.
It was not rough back
Yeah, I thought they just straight up sold,
Novelties.
battery operated fun things.
Yeah, there were a couple
Yeah.
of in there, but for the most part, it was just fun. Like here's the big dog.
And that is now transcribed
Yes, it is.
on our show.
Oh, I'm waiting.
The word bite.
Yep.
For your back.
Yep, that's it. I just watched it come across the other screen.
Yep, there you go. David's
For God's sakes.
Yeah, Dan McDonald's like hashtag toys.
toys.
So we know what Dan wants for his birthday.
It was Dan's birthday. Dan, I think you need to make
No
a special
judgment.
trip.
This is a judgment free zone.
You got to do what you got to do.
Judging.
We're totally
I got a
judging.
question for you. Why don't we use the customer journey for the underdog journey, and then you can start making some money? The problem-
You know what?
Wait.
I actually would be making a lot of money right now if I could get my production up to where it needs to be.
Well, the problem is you've never been financially successful.
Well, my problem is I have been financially successful in the past, and I decided to start my own business, and that all changed.
Yeah. Yeah. What's that? How to make $1 million in a comic book store or something like that. Start with 2.
Okay, so I tried a new.
So what are you drinking now?
This is the Slushy XXL, which is a smoothie style sour ale with raspberry, blackberry, strawberry, boysenberry, and blueberry. Called Slam Jam.
Snozberries. Slam Jam.
The Slam Jam. So I went.
Slam Jam. Go to Spencer's. It's all about the butt stuff.
Yeah. So go to Spencer's
Slam
or the
Jam.
back of waterbed and stuff. First, I got spicy sourpuss, and now I'm on Slam Jam. So
Slam Jam.
it's actually not bad. Add a
Yeah.
little vodka to that. You can have yourself a drink. This is also 6%.
Let me take a little vodka and add to my beer, and that's a good drink.
This is also 6% ABV. So let's add a little vodka to that. Let's make it happen.
So, what you want me to get you some bourbon to put in it?
No, thank you. I Irish that thing up.
Oh, for God's
But no, this is another one. If you froze it halfway through, could be good. I got to read Dan's comment before I put it on the screen. It's a long one. I'm not sure.
Yeah. It was funny to see a group of 13-year-olds. Oh, okay.
Fair. Okay, that's good. You never know. I've seen. Yeah.
Yeah. It's dangerous. It's dangerous with these group, man. It's dangerous.
always getting drunk on the
Smoothie ale vodka.
Can't stay sober.
That's what he's going after, Devin. Smoothie ale vodka. So hey, what's in here? Liquor.
It's true.
Liquor in
I
here.
bet if he was sober, he would talk.
It's true. If you half froze this thing, just like the other one, and had that for a summer slushy, man, that could be tasty.
Mm.
So
Really?
here's the thing. So when we had the guy from Disney on, about a year ago, we had rum cocktails. I got really
Dude.
really drunk.
Did you?
Man, there were a couple times towards the end of the show.
I drank a bottle
I
of
would
rum.
gradually just kind of go off the screen. just so I could get my head together. It was bad. It was bad.
Well, it was a 3-hour-long show.
Because we kept drinking rum. And here's the other problem.
And we drank a bottle of rum.
So I mixed rum. So you can mix rum with like ginger ale.
Right.
I mixed it with ginger beer.
Ooh.
But
So I
actual
put
ginger
rum
beer.
in beer. And then I put just a touch of pineapple juice in there. And you couldn't taste any alcohol. And I drank like half a bottle of rum and like 6 beers.
Was there any
It was
protein?
Bad. Protein?
It was
No, I didn't have any hot shots of protein in that one.
There you go.
No, it was so I remember that very clearly because I was up in Niagara Falls.
Oh, were you?
I remember.
I don't think I remember that part, but
yeah, I was in Niagara Falls, and I had a bottle of rum. I drank a bottle.
You drank a whole
of
bottle.
rum, the Diplomatico,
Oof.
the Diplomatico rum, and I
told
bought another
David
one
the
here.
next day, I don't ever want to drink rum again.
want to drink rum. Yeah, you did.
I'll never,
I mean,
ever.
I have some upstairs.
I'll never touch it.
I don't mind Jägermeister. I like the flavor of it, but I don't like to shoot it like I'm a frat boy anymore. I like to. I mean, I'm good with sipping it. Yeah.
So that's the thing. Actually, in Germany, you can go to a Jaeger house.
Shoving.
Jaeger house, where it's not even like a frat boy kind of thing like it is here in the States. It's a bunch of old dudes sitting in the Jaeger house, just shooting the breeze, sipping on Jaeger, and it's awesome, man. I really, I just like that whole vibe. It's cool. It's for me.
I got so sick on Jägermeister.
Yeah, because you were shooting it.
That's because you drank it like a frat boy.
Now I know.
Yeah, you don't drink it like a frat boy.
Yeah. Let's get a Jaeger bomb. No, Jägermeister's for sitting back and literally just chilling.
Actually, Devin has a good idea. A Jaeger style ale. I would try that. So Jägermeister is not. It's actually considered what's called a digestive, which a long time ago it was considered like good for your like guts, like your digestive system. So it has different like spices and different herbs and stuff like that in it, which is what gives it its flavor.
27 herbs and spices.
Well, you got your buddy back there.
Who, the cat? Are you drinking with the cat?
Yeah.
He's hanging out with the cat who keeps farting on him.
She's sleepy now.
Ah,
Like you do.
it's nice.
Like
you do.
Dave, and on his little black area that he posted on Facebook, that was a really good picture.
His black area?
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about David's black area.
So he's talking about this, which is my
guitars.
which is now my it's the blackened collection of bourbon that's there.
Got okay.
Everything. So it's just now the background of my lock screen.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
It made me want to
Just
be
right here.
banger and financially successful.
Well, David, you got to get those bottles autographed by the guys from Metallica.
Actually, I have a buddy of mine who has some contacts to get some autograph material from the band.
No way.
So, I think I'm going to be tagging that group and saying, yeah, let's make this happen.
Dude, that'd be cool if you get like just one of the bottles autographed.
Just one.
Just one. That'd be
That's all
awesome.
I want. Yep.
That'd be cool.
So I want my guitar signed by James Hetfield.
Yep, of course.
I want one of the bottles signed by the band, and I want a box of blackened. I've got
one of your several boxes of blackened cigars.
Blackened cigar. Okay, so I've got like 5 empties downstairs, and I just added another one.
How many cigars do you smoke on a weekly average?
So I might smoke a cigar, possibly 2 on a busy week, but I give away probably 10 to 15 cigars a week.
You do give away a lot of cigars. It's true.
Yeah, I give away far more cigar and bourbon. I give away a lot of bourbon too.
This is true. You spend a lot of money on cigars and bourbon, and then you give it all away. Hopefully, your wife's not watching.
She has a migraine, so probably not.
Sucks. Oh man, I hate that.
Yeah, I was here. I got back home on Tuesday. I was here yesterday, and that was like almost 2 days in a row. It was too much for her. It gave her a migraine.
I get it.
Yeah, I get it too.
A little bit of Dave goes a long way.
Me all the time.
A little bit of Davey goes a long way.
Yeah, that's what she said as she went and slept on the couch.
Oh man, yeah, migraines are the worst though. I feel bad for you.
Yeah. I have to just assume because I don't suffer from migraines. I rarely even have a minor headache.
Yeah.
So, I can just imagine, when I was sick a couple of weeks ago, when we were both sick at the same time, and, I end up with a decent headache, like, man, and this is just, to me, it was just a mild headache. I'm like, this is just annoying.
Right.
This is just annoying. And I couldn't imagine something. She's like, I want to pluck my eyeball out. I'm like, that sounds painful. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah. See, like, I would just want to get sedated and just like wake me up in 3 days when it's over.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I don't know how she feels. I've never had one, but I can just tell by her response and everything. I mean, I do feel really bad for her.
Yeah.
I mean, not to mention she's married to me. So,
that's
I feel
enough,
bad
man.
for her for that anyway.
Doctor gave me lidocaine spray.
I am just too damn good at closing the sale, I guess.
Doctor gave me lidocaine spray. You spray up your nose when you get a migraine.
Yeah.
Whole front of your head goes numb. It was amazing.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
It sounds to me like that's a podcast try.
So are you talking about recreationally? You think this is a good idea?
No, I'm thinking for her, for Nikki.
So
no, I was thinking that we would do
we could
this
for fun.
Hey, Joyce. Rogers is watching. Joyce is I've talked to you guys a couple times about her and their business of taking liquor bottles and turning them into lamps.
Yeah, you've talked about this business. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and I'm stoked. So I am actually saving.
Those sound really cool.
So I'm saving. I got some Blantons. I got some E.H. Taylors, some Eagle Rares, and things like that. So I'm saving some bottles to get to them. Hey, if anybody that you guys know and any of our viewers that wants to collect Blantons, I'm like, I've got to have one. I've probably got 4 or 5, maybe 6 around here right now. So if anybody that collects these things, let me know. If you need a letter or something, if I've got it, you're more than welcome to it.
Do you have all the letters?
I have no clue. I don't keep track.
Oh man.
So
I have all the bourbon. I care far more about the bourbon than I care about the letters.
I know. I'm a nerd. I had to have all the letters.
All right. So I need to get back in the studio, and I'm trying to come up with a photo project that expresses my admiration and appreciation for cleavage, but in an artistic way. What are your thoughts?
Self-portraits.
It'll sell oil changes.
Self-portraits.
Well, I've lost 20 pounds. I don't have the 2 ha-has that I used to have.
Push-up bra.
But like, what would be, something I can link back to the oil,
Okay, wait a minute. We have a communication viewer to viewer. We have to stop and take a moment here. Would they do a black light lamp? So
that'd be cool.
Joyce, can you do with a bourbon bottle a black light lamp? Because one of our other viewers, Dan McDonald, would be interested.
That would just come down to the bulb,
well,
right?
We could be to the bulb. I don't know if there's a temperature difference or something like that you have to take into account. I have no clue. I don't know anything about black lights. I wasn't born in the 60s, so I don't know.
It's true. And I don't actually do drugs, Matt.
Yeah. That's Ozzy, man. That's Iron Man.
Yeah.
This is
what you do when you turn a black light on in your room.
Is that what you do when you turn the black light on in your room?
Because you got posters.
Oh, okay. Oh, with a little height. Yeah, the little with the fabric.
Yeah.
Hey, he's actually talking about his bedroom now. He's not even talking about when he was a teenager.
Yeah, he's not when he was a kid. He's now.
That'd be his cool. Bedroom now is all blacklight posters. His wife is a lucky lady.
So the socket would be able to handle the current. So and I don't know anything about current black lights, but I do know electricity. If a black light takes more current, you couldn't put it in a standard socket because it may not be able to handle the heat that's going to be generated from the bulb pulling the current. So if it's using too thin of a gauge wire, you'd have to upgrade the gauge of the wire to be able to cover for the increased amperage. So that part I understand. I have no idea what the amperage draw on a black light is.
I think you can get
now
a black light bulb that fits into a normal fixture. I think
that attaches to a 14 gauge wire if it's new, and if it's old, it could be a 12 gauge wire, which is easy going to be able to handle the current. But if it's a lamp style thing made with SO cable or something like that, that could be something as thin as 18 or 22 gauge. Well, see, David, once it's on the internal of it, it's a thing.
Well, the problem is once it starts to get too hot, just release a little halide in the room, murder everyone in there because it kills them as soon as it touches.
No, you turn them to aliens, right? No, not aliens. Don't turn people to aliens.
Resident Evil.
Zombies.
And they all turn into zombies.
That's it.
But if you're high and you're looking at blacklight stuff, you don't seem to mind anymore.
saw that one coming a mile away.
Besides the fact,
Jeff
besides the
Livingwell
fact,
says hi, Joyce.
Dan, if you do enough LSD, everything turns into a blacklight.
Hey, once I get a marijuana card, how do I actually get marijuana?
For LSD and
no
mushrooms and items like that, they can't test.
They can't
Every
test
so
it.
often, my West Virginian hangs out. All right, it happens. They can't test for that. They actually have to do a. So that's why you need lion tamer. Well, that's for lithium ion batteries. And Dan, I'm actually thinking about taking the role of being the BDM for that. It's actually on my market right now because I think that's the biggest threat we have right now is lithium ion battery fires.
Well, don't let him lie to you. David actually just wants to come back to Columbus.
That actually is based out of Columbus, Ohio. That is, I don't necessarily have to move, but that is based out of Columbus, Ohio.
You can get some medical marijuana and then come do the show baked.
So Matt Harmon, his doctor apparently told him that he should use medical marijuana for some of his issues he's having. And he's talking about getting a card, and he needs to find a dispensary. So, Kim Howard, if you know a good dispensary in Central Ohio,
Hard Road.
I have no idea. Is there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no clue.
By the played against sports and the
Come back to Columbus, Dave. What based on Columbus? What I missed it. So, David, you need to talk to Jamie about churning whiskey bottles. And yeah, you're right. Whatever, man. You know, you're all the same people. Michigan people.
Are they in Michigan?
In Michigan. OH, baby. OH.
Yeah,
back to Columbus, Ohio.
No
Devin, there's a company out of there that developed and markets a lithium ion off gas detection system. So it's really, really, really cool. And let's face it, that's going to be the fire risk for the next 10, 15 years. As we're fully developing that. Yeah.
At least.
And that's where it needs to go. So to me, I think that's where I could do the most impact. So I'm really heavily leaning on that just because of the opportunity it gives me to be part of leading edge in putting down what I believe is the next biggest threat in the fire world.
Columbus. And so does this.
He'll never admit to it.
Stop this shit.
He'll never admit to it.
So I don't have to move back. I can stay here. It's a southern tip of Argentina to the top of Canada project.
Back.
It's fine.
He said he's coming back.
You can tell he's lying because he starts talking faster.
He's probably already been fired, and this is a whole new company.
Same company, man. Still Honeywell, bud. I'm sorry. Still the place.
You can't say that word on the show.
I can't say that word here. Shh. You all didn't hear that.
Yeah, Dave, can you
y'all didn't hear that.
HR? You're no longer.
But I just got okay. You get me, and so you guys, the viewers have been around for a while. You guys know Matt will try to egg me on from time to time. Hi, Shelly. Matt will try to egg me on and talk about Halon 1301 and other products and just kind of get my goose going because you get me talking about fire protection and life safety and stuff like that. It's over.
Fast and it's ridiculous.
It's over. Edit that part out. Devin Ross says Devin's right.
Well, we'll just edit out of live show. That's how it works.
It's a live show, so I'll drink to that.
We'll edit the live show. We'll
out of
catch
my
that in post.
lovely 45 glass. I got this at the wine and whiskey bar at Trump Tower. It was an awesome trip. If anybody gets a chance to go down to NYC and do it, do it.
Why would we go to New York? Why?
New York City.
To see David. I'll be back there next week. Come on. Come join me.
Yep, it is Shelly Webb. Love the picture of your dog there, Shelly. That's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
So Shelly's the one who she has the dogs that do the water, like the water puppies, where they do like the distance jump and things like that. So I don't see him all the time, but when I do get a chance to see him on the Facebook, who the frig doesn't like puppy dogs?
Right.
And if you don't like puppy dogs,
there,
this is not the channel.
Dog. Is that a wig on your dog, or is that actually the dog's hair? Because it's a very nice hairdo if it's the dog's hair.
Did you put a wig on your dog? Boy, there's an opening question for you. Is that a wig or is that your natural hair? This is from the poodle down the end of the street. 0. Okay, yeah, see. So and not 1. Okay. So what's the operative and which one is active? Is the input active, Dan? If the input is active, I can solve the equation. If the input's inactive, I can solve the equation, but I need to know what the X is.
The answer is 42, Dan.
Nope, it's a wig. Okay, so Shelly answered. It is the wig.
That's awesome. That's fun.
So I'm actually, that's the reason I'm going back to New York, because they're back down in New York City is because that language that he just put up there, I speak that much better than I speak English.
Wait, and her Miss America crown? Shelly, you were Miss America?
Wait, what?
Hang on. Shelly, were you Miss America?
Yeah, she was.
She says I did, and my Miss America crown.
And then once again,
Answer 0. Okay. So we get solved 40K. I'll go back. I will go back in the comments of the show and be like, all right, we'll give it 0 here.
Dan and David are having this whole other conversation about who knows what.
That is how nerdy we get. So at a certain tier in our world, you transcend standard conversation into this. It's all ones and zeros for us. And Miss American Co-ed. Wait, what are we talking about? What does this have to do with Boolean
Miss America
algebra?
Co-ed, yes, competed in Miss America prelims.
Oh,
Shelly, that's pretty amazing.
I knew that she did.
I didn't know she competed in Miss America.
That's believe at one point,
Shelly.
weren't you Miss Teen Ohio or something like that at one point?
David, if you're speaking to me, yes, I was. I used to be very beautiful.
Yes, I was talking to West.
Time has not been kind to me, David.
I got a pretty good
Thanks
memory.
for rubbing that in.
Time hasn't been kind to you. You're older than I am. Everybody's like, is that your son? Not really. That part's a joke.
It's look, that's the it's I am
I was. That's right. See, I have a ridiculous memory. I forget names. It's the craziest thing. I don't have a great memory on names, but there are certain things like Miss Teen Ohio. I remember that.
David remembers Miss Teen Ohio. I don't know. I can't imagine why he'd remember that. That's not creepy at all. Shelly says good memory. Yeah, good memory, David.
We were teens together.
Let's
make sure we put that box out there.
Oh, so well, and it is okay because when she was a teen, you were also Miss Teen. I get it. It's
the runner-up.
Shelly.
I think it's Sheila.
Sheila? Is it Sheila Webb or is it Shell? I think it's Shelly Webb.
It's Shelly. It's Shelly Webb.
Can we call you
so
Sheila?
Devin Ross says nerding out is my biggest flaw, and yeah, we can do that. So Devin,
that's why we love you, man.
You need to meet up with Don. Jesus, I'm sorry, Dan McDonald. See, I told you I was bad with names.
Shelly
with
says
Dan
you're
McDonald.
the nicest guy ever, David.
You guys be nice. He's like, yeah, that's right.
I don't know. I don't know what
I'm nice.
I don't know what you owe him, Shelly, but it's not worth it.
Shelly, why am I not photographing you?
I'm sorry, what?
Why am I not photographing her?
Shelly, you can ignore everything
because she has standards. Okay, guys, I got to tell you, I got to give you the feedback. So, John Callender, you talked about being aware of the square bottles, and John was one of the people that I gave the taste of the town branch, and said, "Hey, if you like this, take it home with you." And then he said, "Dump it down the sink."
Yeah.
And so that square bottle is bad, but the Rabbit Hole High Gold, and I'm challenging it up against one of my absolute favorites, the Eagle Rare.
Well, is that fair? Is that fair?
It's not fair, but it's it. I'm taking my next pour. It's going to the Rabbit Hole.
All right, let's see what you think of the Rabbit Hole.
It's going to the Rabbit Hole. So we have Rabbit Hole, then we
did
Eagle. We did Eagle Rare. We did Rabbit Hole, Eagle Rare. Now we're going back to the Rabbit Hole. And I got to tell you, that is so far it's a great bourbon.
Okay, good to know.
Great bourbon.
See, I don't know anything about that one. I haven't had it.
I hadn't either. This was actually a gifted bottle. One of my home dogs brought it over here to me, and it is a really good bourbon. 47.5. So it's literally right down at 95 proof. So it's right down the middle of a bourbon. So as far as ease and drinkability, I give it high marks. It does not very hard. It doesn't. If you're looking for something complex that breaks down into multi flavors, like, oh, I have a taste of cherry and caramel, it doesn't give you all of that.
Leather.
Yes, it gets me. It doesn't do all that. It provides you a great bourbon experience without all of the extra fluff.
Okay, fair enough.
So that's the bourbon.
Okay.
Right. So we're talking about puppy dog. Okay, so back to the puppy dogs.
Shut the hell up.
Yeah, back to the dogs.
Back to the dogs. what kind of competitions? Because I've seen them, and her dogs win like ribbons at like dog jumping into water competitions, and that sounds weird. But there's like distance things.
It's a
I
real
see 'em
thing.
set
Yeah.
up. I've even before I knew her dogs do it, I did it. I have got stuck on YouTube videos or Facebook videos watching the dogs jump into the water.
It's surprisingly fun to watch.
I watch some stuff. I watch some odd stuff.
She says dock diving, fast cat, barn hunt, and the hunt. So I know dock
All
diving
right.
and fast cat. What is barn hunt and the hunt?
No. You're going to have to break each one of those down. You're going to break that. Okay, because I can understand the idea of
Right.
dock diving, but I don't know what it is.
So
And
dock diving
fast
is the
cat, that
distance-
just
Yeah, dock diving is the distance diving, right?
okay. The linear distance diving. Okay.
Right.
All right,
Fast
well,
cat,
that makes a little bit of sense.
right. So fast cat is where they have this kind of the wire set up going in this kind of obstacle course, and they have this like little cloth
okay.
or ribbon or something.
Yeah.
underneath, and it spins around really fast, and the dog chases it around this obstacle course. I don't know barn hunt or the hunt.
Well,
So,
my dad used to lock me in the barn and then shoot into the barn, and that was the barn hunt.
Well, she likes her dogs better than your dad liked you, so I'm going to guess it has nothing to do with that.
Oh my God, it was a lot of fun. I was hiding in the hayloft.
Emotional damage.
Exactly. Dan McDonald says, doggy long jump. Shelly says, yep, you got
Yeah,
it.
doggy long.
And they are timed in
Timed
miles per
and
hour.
in miles per hour.
Hey, so first of all, I want to know what's the fastest in miles per hour your dogs have gone.
13.
I don't even know. But also, what is barn hunt and the hunt? I don't know barn hunt.
So Dan's taking a stab at it, going the hunt to find a hidden item.
Oh, that's a good guess. I never would have guessed.
That would be
That's a very good guess.
I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if it's right, but I like it.
Now, dog. Somewhere in this barn is a shoe.
There's a shoe. And inside that shoe are 3 treats. 35 miles an hour. Gee, many
Dan
mother.
McDonald, your dog can run 35 miles an hour. Shelly says hers are 29 miles an hour.
All right, so a barn
Whew.
that's the nose.
And then Sheila says, yes, rats in PVC. Wait a second. Shelly,
Did you say Sheila?
I did. I was called back to what Matt said. So rats, they put rats, like real live rats, in PVC pipes and hide them in barns? Is that what's happening?
Well, they hit the PVC together to make the rat piss.
No. Wait.
And in that shoe
I
is a
don't-
mouse. Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
and
so,
then
I
Dan
mean,
says
is it-
drug dogs.
okay.
Kevin says, and in that shoe is a mouse. Yes. Apparently rats in PVC pipes. Shelly, 35 whippets, greyhounds. Yep, not mine. So, hang on. She says,
I'm just picturing somebody doing whippets and trying to chase a dog through a maze.
wrong kind of whippet, David. Okay, they're not giving nitrous oxide in balloons to dogs.
Dog. All right, dog, gotta go get this.
The dogs
Okay.
the dogs go to
Ruh-roh,
raves.
Reggie.
The dogs go to raves and swing around some glow sticks.
Yes,
do a whippet,
little
and
glow
chase
sticks
a
on her
rabbit.
paws.
Right.
Guys, I could do this.
Hey, no, they say live rats in hay bales. Are you gonna chase live rats in hay bales?
I could do that. I could do it.
Wow.
Matt says he wants to do this.
Give the dog the whippets.
Medical marijuana. I'm going to do this.
Oh,
So Shelly, Matt wants to compete against your dogs after doing some whippets and medical marijuana. Medical marijuana, I said. It is Shelly. Did I say Sheila again?
Yeah.
You got me.
Oh,
He got me
my
saying Sheila. I apologize, Shelly. This guy's screwing me up
so
over here.
I have a hard time remembering names. You know, I remember a lot of other things. My memory's very strange like that. If your name was a part number, boom, I got it.
Well,
But you have a hard time saying names.
I do. So
Yes.
Shelly, she says, "Well, in PVC pipes, rats aren't harmed." So hang on. So
Devin
so,
has the comment of the night right
Shelly,
there.
though, did the rats or did the dogs do the whippets before they went on the hunt? Is my question.
Rats not be harmed. They're rats.
Devin says Matt is slowly becoming dog after eating so many of those treats. It's true.
That's a good one. That's Devin, my friend, that is the comment of the night. Gee, many Christmas. We were talking about marketing funnels 20 minutes ago.
Oh my God, that's right.
Once upon a time, this was a real show.
Once upon a time, this was a business development show.
Now we're talking about.
And now we're talking about rats doing whippets.
Yeah.
in
So
the
so
PCs with dogs hunting them.
Shelly says whippets are a breed, and it's true. Whippets are actually a cool breed. They're actually it looks like a tiny greyhound. It's somewhere between. So Whippet is like.
Oh, okay,
the
I know what that
medium.
is.
Is like so.
Okay.
Whippet is like the
I was
middle
literally
level
getting ready
between.
to Google it.
Whippet is like the middle level between a Greyhound and an Italian
A
Greyhound.
Chihuahua.
Yeah.
So you have
I see,
Italian
Chihuahua.
Greyhound, Whippet, and then full
Actually,
Greyhound.
You know those canisters of Whippets? That's what they're named after. Is the Whippet? The Whippet produces more CO2 than any other dog.
Fair enough. I can't refute that. I don't know where I should go from there.
We cannot confirm
Except
or
for
deny.
the fact that
Facebook will
Whippets aren't
fact check us.
CO2.
We'll know.
Whippets aren't CO2. That's carbon dioxide.
Yes,
Whippets are
Nitrous oxide.
nitrous oxide. Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah. If you're sucking in carbon
I'm
dioxide,
pretty sure.
you're gonna die.
Oh, I've been doing it wrong.
He's been doing it way. He's been sucking on the back of car exhausts for too long.
Well,
which is
that's
carbon
monoxide.
It's all. He's got it all wrong over here.
I've been doing it wrong. I'll bet little Kiki kid.
Well, you can get the cartridge. You can get the little cartridge of the Whippet.
David, don't give him ideas.
And you can get something that's very similar to it. That's just carbon dioxide.
Don't give him ideas.
Also, is an inerting agent, and you should not inhale it.
Yes.
That is why my whipped cream's always been so good.
And Devin says, "Whip it real good." I like it, Devin. You are on fire tonight, man.
Really?
Yeah, that's.
All right, I only got about
Oh man, it's all gone wrong. It's all gone. if there were rails, we are so far off the rails.
This show
Don't get it.
started off the rails. You guys.
Well, I mean, there's somebody that came in here that has awesome puppy dogs. We're going to talk about them. That's just all there is. That's
it's
all
true.
there is to it.
And puppy dogs doing whippets before they go on hunts makes it even better.
Yes, before they hunt rats.
I mean,
Or
now
the
I
rats
want
doing
to see
whippets.
that hunt. It's going to be an exciting hunt.
exciting time.
How
Yeah.
many glow sticks
I
do you
mean,
go
I
through
actually
in a
want to see
single-
the
in a single
rats
event?
get high on the whippets first.
Right. How many glow sticks do you go through in a single event? I mean, that alone has got to be expensive.
Ooh, I'm going to see if there's an app for glow sticks.
An app?
There is a glow stick app.
I'm going to download the app.
I'm not cool enough to have the glow stick app. That's- I'm old and I want to go to bed and my back hurts. Leave me alone.
Yeah, Matt's gonna be going to the dentist to steal the laughing gas now. And we just killed Shelly.
Ah.
We just killed Shelly.
So hey, actually, we have, and you should be too, because you're the same graduating year as I am, our 25th reunion this coming. I don't even know when I think it might be even next
You
weekend.
guys are the same age?
Next week? West and I, yes. West and I are the same age. He's slightly older than I am.
Oh, dude,
I'm slightly older. I think we graduated the same year.
that's just weird.
Yeah, we're both 98 babies.
You guys are weird.
I get it. You graduated in 72.
I graduated 87. We're the angels sent from heaven. We're the class of 87.
Yeah, partying's fun. Sex is great. We're the class of 98. We win.
He had that lined up. He was ready to go.
That was really good.
Jeez.
That
Good
was-
David.
I'll give him that one.
Yeah,
Good as Halon.
yeah. Yeah,
So
yeah. I had it. It's all the bourbon.
Devin Ross is older than us? 96? I thought you were younger
No,
than
Devin
us,
Ross.
Devin.
No, he was born in 96, bro.
Oh,
He was born
I thought
in
he graduated in
96.
96. I'm like, Devin, I thought you were
Oh,
younger than
hell
us.
no. No,
He's a
he's
little-
like a teenager, bro. Bro, I can say bro, right? Right? We're cool. We're young. We're hip. We're doing the, yeah.
I was born in 1876.
Who, Matt?
70s, right?
9.
79?
Yeah.
You're only 10 years older than me.
See, there you go.
I'll be
Younger.
when you have-
Younger. Other way, Matt. Math works the other direction.
He was thinking dog years in reverse.
Oh, gee, many Christmas, man. He is really struggling with them treats back there tonight. How many
It's
dog
true.
treats did you eat,
Well, it's
man?
the special mushroom blend I'm working on.
It's the special peyote.
It's the
So Devin Ross, he's
Peyote delight.
27 years old as of
27.
yesterday. Again, happy birthday
Devin is
to
27.
Devin Ross.
27.
I have stains in my underwear that are.
He's
27 years
27 and married with kids. Do you know what I was doing, Devin, when I was 27 years old?
old. I got pictures of it.
There are probably websites dedicated to it.
Well, I will say that yesterday his wife's post was happy birthday ugly.
Oh, that's so romantic.
Devin, you are a lucky man. Drugs.
Okay,
No, Devin, I
so-
did not do drugs. I've never done drugs. Just say no.
No, drugs have done him a couple times, but he's never
No,
done
no, no.
drugs.
No, it's not me.
I can't believe
I
you
like a
never
clean.
did
I like a
drugs.
clear
I
head.
saw what you looked like in high school.
I
You
know.
told me you didn't do drugs.
I had a lot of friends who did a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah, and you were like their king.
She's so sweet, he says. So,
You're a lucky man,
did
Devin.
she bake you a cake or special brown? I say special brownies. Doesn't mean the same thing as it used to mean. So what did she give you? Because this is Drown Me in Brownies.
Actually,
He is
yeah,
Mr.
she has Drown Me in
She
Brownies.
is Mrs. Drown Me
better
in
have made-
Brownies. What did you get?
She better made
we
a
should see some
kick-ass
pictures,
cookie
bro.
cake. If she didn't make a kick-ass cookie cake, I'll be disappointed.
Yeah, you should let me know. I got a buddy of mine who's a divorce attorney. We can nip this thing in the bud.
Cookie cake.
Hey, studio or live audience, I'm out of here.
Oh, you taking off?
Yeah,
I'm outta here.
Sleepy as
All right.
All right,
man.
We'll see you later. And
You okay?
Until next time.
Yeah, definitely. All right, man.
Matt,
Drive
be
safe.
careful.
See you later.
Hey, you called me earlier. I called you back. You didn't answer. You suck. Yeah. So Matt's gone now.
Yep,
So-
Matt's gone. Shelly
all
says
gonna be
bye,
sad.
friend.
Hey, friend.
Devin, I'm not sure if I
Howdy
don't know what you
ho.
mean by that comment.
What? I missed something. What happened?
I'm not sure what Devin means.
No,
by
I
this
got my
comment.
fish. What?
I don't know what that means. I don't know if I should put that on the screen or not. I don't know what that means.
What? I put it on the screen. Maybe somebody can work it out for us. I don't know.
He likes Long John Silver's? I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
Oh, so he lives down towards the Lancaster area. Lancaster, Ohio, was one of the last homes in Ohio, the Arthur Treacher's Fish and Chips restaurant.
Ooh, we used to have one downtown here, and it was amazing.
Oh.
It was amazing.
Arthur Treacher's is hands down, without a doubt, the best fish and chips. You don't get this fat by being.
Yeah.
You don't get this fat by accident. All right.
Yeah, there used to be
And
one on
Arthur
Fifth Avenue
Treacher's
downtown,
helped.
and it was so
Yes.
good.
They still got the sign. It's changed, but the sign's still there. The shape of it and everything.
Yeah, I remember walking outside of the
aquarium
place.
fish. He got an aquarium fish. Okay.
Got it. I don't know. I don't.
All right.
That was a weird. I don't know what that was
Yeah.
supposed to mean. I didn't mean to make it weird, but
gotta
like,
go back
I didn't
and
know
read
what
it
it
again.
meant.
I gotta go back and read it again. No, I got my fish ordered though. She worked all day. I didn't ask her for it. It's like asking a carpenter to build you a table for your birthday. Well, that seems appropriate.
Fair enough. Right. Like if my wife were a carpenter, I would ask her for a table.
Yeah.
Like
My wife's a travel agent and works in mortgage. I asked her for a new home and a vacation.
right. My
I
wife
got
works in the
neither,
health
but
industry. I ask her for free healthcare. It's a thing.
yeah, he got 3 prostate exams for his birthday. It was crazy.
It's
He
look.
knew one of the
You
guys.
can never have a clean, healthy enough prostate. That's all I got.
That's right. Oh, yeah. I'd laugh about where we went with that, but I'm the one who took it there. All right. Okay, but they built tables all day.
Shelly's coughing.
So
Look, Devin.
turn your head.
Devin, look, I'm not. He said, but they build tables all day. Devin, look, let's put it a different way. If hypothetically, if your wife were an adult entertainer, would you not ask for professional kickbacks every once in a while? Exactly. Look, you got to do what you got to do. Ask for a cookie cake. Make this happen. She's a baker. You need a cookie cake on your birthday.
So this is like number 5 or 6 we've talked about adult entertainment tonight.
Yeah, this show started off
The
on a
number
bad
of times.
foot. This show started off on a
It
weird
did.
foot.
I mean, it's actually been pretty good. I've had
Shelly,
a
this
great
is the one
time.
you
I got to
decided
tell
to tune
you.
in for?
Yeah. So I'm actually very glad because I love if you're on Facebook and you guys do stuff and post it, I'm all about it. Absolutely into it. I'm cheering. And then when your kids, when they have their competitions and stuff, I'm literally rooting for them. And just, I want to see them win. And if you have puppy dogs, well, I like them even better than kids. So I'm all for it. I want to see it. I love it. And she does post from time to time when her dogs does the competition stuff. And I do like following that. On a side note, this is kind of who we are. So this is what happens.
Look,
this is what happens.
true.
And that was the promise. You know, when Wes and I conceived this idea, wow, I should have chose a different word than that.
When look
when
on
we were
hot,
brainstorming
sweaty,
about
drunken
the
evening
Underdog
one
journey,
night when this whole thing was conceived.
yes, we were hot and bothered. We were really sweaty in the back of my old office.
And there's a lot of alcohol involved.
Actually, there was no alcohol involved the first night. But, it was, we're going to try to talk about business, but we don't want to make it so boring because the both of us had set through and have set through even to today so many absolutely boring business meetings that you get about the same amount from us, but it's entertaining because otherwise you can get 3 hours straight of people talking about spreadsheets, profit and loss statements, and all these things, but you're going to listen to about 3 minutes of it, which is about what good quality we give you. And then the rest of the time we drink and have fun.
Advice. Yes.
We just like my personal life, I give you 3 good solid minutes and then I'm out. The rest of the time I'm just goofing off.
Nikki's lucky lady.
She's got a migraine. So if she's watching tonight, she's not going to comment.
Yeah. Nope.
All good. So anyway, we were talking about the high school reunion stuff. So both of us are at 25 years now, man.
I don't know if my class even does reunions anymore. I went to my 5th, and that was the last I heard of any of it. Maybe I'm just not invited anymore. I'm not cool enough.
It's that red hair, man.
Which look, it's weird. It's weird when you start to get older and you see people that you knew in high school, and they look old, and you're like, that I'm not as old as you. How did this even happen? Yeah. It's weird. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. So and I do that. There are some people I look at and they go, "Holy hell, how did you graduate with me? You're like 97." And then other people, I'm like, "Wait a minute, are you a vampire?"
Right, exactly.
You're a vampire, aren't you? Tell me you're a vampire. That'll make me feel better about my life if I know that you're a vampire.
Well, no, there were people.
Don't bite me, but just tell me. Give me a hint.
There were people at my 5-year reunion who were like full gray. And I'm like, oh my, that's
oh my.
Oh my. Yeah, now I feel.
Oh, dude, that was 2 back-to-back awesome impersonations, man. That was
oh my.
That was good.
I've been.
Dude, you win.
I've been
hands down. That's good. You've been practicing on that. It's nice.
Yeah, I got to think for George Takei. It's a thing.
George Takei's awesome. George Takei's Takei's going to watch this show tonight at 3:00 in the morning, which he normally does. That's when he watches. And he's going to be like, "Man, those guys did a great impersonation of me."
Yeah, he'll just be like, he'll be like, "Oh my." Yeah, he knows.
Oh my. Yes, indeed.
He's a big fan.
That, you know what? Right there. That's how you sell. Okay, so if you're at the stupidest idea. So when he is talking about earlier, okay, we're going to go back to a little bit of the business and marketing thing. Just momentarily. I promise I'll not be serious after this. But the whole idea, the name of his business, King Krusty Krab or whatever the hell it was,
yeah,
Monkey Wrench.
King Lug Wrench or something.
Oh my gosh, terrible.
Yeah.
And if you're spending a single dollar, if you're an oil change fast lube place and you're spending a single dollar marketing at a music festival, your whole marketing team needs to be fired.
Right. Like that's not where you want to invest your marketing dollars.
That's right. A problem. So if you have created a proper avatar, a proper marketing avatar, you will know that that's not where it is. But if you were to say, hey, that's where we have to spend our money, you could literally do something like that. A George Takei imitation competition sponsored by King Lug Wrench or whatever it was.
Right.
And that is going to be your best bet. Something along those lines, something that's going to resonate with them and be a brouhaha about it, not necessarily a serious undertaking, because you cannot be serious about it at a music festival.
Well, right. Well, here's what I was thinking. Oil wrestling. It's an oil change place. Oil wrestling goes together. And then you mix in George Takei impressions on top of that. The two best George Takei impersonators then get to oil wrestle for the king of the King Lug Wrench oil change place.
Yeah. Yeah, you get to be the face of the oil change facility for 1 year.
Look,
so there's ways so if you're forced to spend money at, say, then there are ways to go about it. And if you have to, you cannot, when you're forced in a scenario like that, you cannot take it seriously.
Well, and here's the thing. Having worked in corporate marketing for a very long time, you are forced to do a lot of really dumb things. A lot of things that most people are like, that is the dumbest dumb idea I've ever heard in my life. But some executive somewhere who's completely out of touch with reality said, this is a great idea. We're doing it whether you like it or not. You got to do it. When you got to do it, you got to do it. So I get it. I'm not saying it's right, but I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. So you have to be able to adapt.
And that's the best thing.
You know, flexibility is definitely something you're going to need. And being able to adapt and say, hey, our goal is to increase. Do we have that sheet pulled up? Can we pull the sheet back up again?
Well, sure.
There was so I want to get my wife, the lovely lady that she is, I want to get her a shirt because she does not like Halloween. She's not a Halloween person. She is Christmas. Screw everything. I've got a Bose system in here. Button number 1 is programmed for Christmas music. Mariah Carey will be echoing through my halls and any time now.
I believe it.
So where are we talking about? I was talking about brand awareness. So if your goal is, let's say we have to do this. If you are forced to spend money as an oil change place, where on this funnel, I was a pyramid backwards. Where on this funnel are you going to try to go? I'm going for brand awareness. I'm not going for interest. I'm not going to try to close the deal. All I want to do is create brand awareness.
Right. That's it. That's all you can do at that point. Now, you can build really good brand awareness. And here's the thing. If you look at really amazing campaigns that shouldn't have worked, but they did because they were just so off the wall and just creative, frankly creative. Look at the Squatty Potty commercial. Remember the Squatty Potty commercial with the puppet unicorn that pooped the rainbows because he was sitting in the Squatty Potty? It was all over YouTube.
Take me to Candy Mountain, Charlie.
Yeah, it was all over YouTube, and it made a crap ton of money, won a crap ton of awards. No pun intended, but it did because and they sold a ton of these things because this one campaign that shouldn't have worked was just the right thing, and it was brand awareness. They actually jumped because of that campaign from brand awareness right to purchase. People were like, "Oh crap!" Yeah, again, no pun intended.
Here are these. I gotta buy this purchase. Man, you're really bringing it in. I mean, and that's important for 2 reasons. Number 1, and number 2.
But I'm bummed. That was good. I like that.
That's actually a reference back to Big Bang Theory. I can't claim that joke as my own. That's a Big Bang Theory. That's a Big Bang Theory joke. So the funnel there. So if you're forced, let's say Devin Ross,
Purple
late
Mattress.
brownies,
Purple Mattress. I think the marketing. Devin Ross said Purple Mattress. I think the marketing agency who made that commercial also made the Squatty Potty commercial. That's why they look so similar. I think it was the same company. Go ahead, David. What'd you say?
I was thinking about what bourbon I was going to drink next. Do I go Rabbit Hole or do I go Calumet?
Well, you got a sealed bottle there. You want to open a brand new bottle?
I mean, okay, so a dollar bill only has value when you spend it. A bourbon only tastes good if you drink it.
Fair enough. I think you got to try it.
I think I got to crack it.
I think you got to try it.
I think I got to crack it open.
He's cracking it open.
I got to crack it open. So this
Devin
is
says
the
rabbit
small
hole,
batch.
By the way, Devin says
rabbit hole. Really? So I've drank 2 of the rabbit holes already. So thank you very much. Calumet. So each of these, if you can come across the 16-year,
okay,
it's the best one I've ever had from this brand.
Okay,
it is up there with. Easily up there with Blanton's.
Nice. Okay.
And some top end E.H. Taylors. I mean, I absolutely love the Calumet, the 16-year. Now, I've had the 14-year and the 15-year too.
What is this?
This is a blend of 15 and 8.
Okay, fair enough.
So I've never had one of their blended bottles before. So let's give it a try.
You know what? I like the single malts. I love a blended. I think blendeds will give.
I'm the other way.
Flavor. I think blendeds give flavor profiles that you don't get otherwise. Look, I know it may sound like I'm cheap, and maybe I am, but I love a blended whiskey.
So Devin Ross says, "Damn, you guys really want to make me want to get into bourbons."
Hey, Devin, talk to John Calendar.
Yeah, John
He's an
Calendar's
encyclopedia. He's an encyclopedia
Yeah.
of bourbon, that man.
he forgot more today about bourbon than I will ever know.
He's lost more brain cells due to bourbon than most of us will know about bourbon in the first place.
That was a good pop. We're gonna do that again.
It's a good pop.
It's a good pop. That was a good pop. Let's drop an ice cube down in there. Boom! There we go.
See what we got here.
Uh,
Now,
I'm not gonna
is
finish
your palate sober enough to appreciate?
No, I'm clattered, dude.
Dan McDonald says we should do a bourbon tour. Yes, Dan, I totally agree. We should absolutely do that.
Solid pop, yes. Okay, so
And
let's take a
Dan,
list.
solid pop.
Let's take it on the nose.
How's the bouquet?
Not very floral. It is, and Calumet doesn't really have a lot of floral scents to it in normal from what I've had, the 16, the 15, and 14.
Well, you also have it iced. So
Look
typically,
here,
if you're
bro,
tasting,
I like my bourbon.
Look,
I like my bourbon the way I like my bourbon. Leave me alone.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but typically, if you're tasting something for the first time, you can have it neat, or maybe with a splash of water.
So
Maybe a splash of
yes.
water, not ice, because
There
the
is
ice,
actually
the colder
way
temperatures
to
will
do
actually
it.
dull some of the flavor profile. You should know this, Dave.
So
I've heard you talk about icy glasses before, and that poor waitress had to listen to your whole exhortation on why you can't have a frosty mug.
For you guys, for the people who don't know, we were down in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
That poor waitress just wanted to serve you a beer, and she has to hear about why the glass is too frosty.
It was a second beer, and I just told her I wanted it put in the same glass. So
no, then
we
you had
just
to explain
got done
to her why.
So we had done a show. We did a live show from the National Corvette Museum's NCM Motorsports Park. We were down there. We did a show from there up in the broadcast booth, and it's probably one of the coolest places we've been.
It was super cool.
And then we went out. We found a spot. We're having dinner. And the lady brings me a lager, and it comes in a frosty glass.
Like most people want.
And Dave is always harassing waitresses. No, that's not true at all. I'm
David,
extremely polite. I'm extremely polite.
Stories, David. I can tell some stories where you've been extremely polite, but you've been cut off. Before you
did we not drink with the founders of that business?
I'm not judging. I'm just saying. Continue with your story of how you're harassing this waitress.
Yeah. So here's how I harass this customer or this customer. This bar. I educated a service staff members what I did. So she goes to get me. It's like, you want another beer? I'm like, yes, but I'll have it in this glass. And she looks at me. I'm like, when you serve a lager, especially a lager in a frozen glass, you're creating ice particles in it, and it changes the flavor profile of the beer. I kind of want it a little warmer, so put it in a non-frost in this here same glass. So you don't have to wash another one, so that I can taste the beer the way the brewer meant for me to taste the beer.
It was a little more in depth than that. It felt like it went on for like 10 or 20 minutes. This whole thing. It was
like 30 seconds at most about, you don't drink beer in a frosty mug. Now, if you are a person who likes ice cold, and I'm one of them, I want my beverages cold or I want my beverages hot. That's it. But for beer, there's a whole different thing, because when beer is served at an ice cold temperature, you don't get the breakdown of the flavors that you should. It is too cold. It will not release it. So you will go, if you're out with me, you will actually see me hold a glass. Move us back a little bit. And I will hold a glass like this, and I will just sit and rotate it without taking a drink. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to warm up the contents of the beer so that I can drink the beer. Now, I drink bourbon now, because when I drink beer, I want to drink the best beer.
Yeah,
and
high standards. I get it.
Beer,
yeah, high standards.
And the best beer comes from Jason at the Hofbrau House in Columbus, Ohio.
This is true. By the way, the Hofbrau House in Columbus, Ohio, does actually sell Underdog Plus peanut butter brew bones. So if you're in Central Ohio, go to the Hofbrau House in Columbus and buy some Underdog brew bones, because they're actually made with the brewer's grains from the Hofbrau House.
Yeah, it is. I mean, So when you drink beer there, you're actually helping a small business, the Underdog Brew Bones, to produce their product, because the more we drink, the more he can make.
That's true. Or you can go to underdogplus.com and pick those up.
Yes, you can.
But David, when you're
it is
tasting a
great.
bourbon for the first time, wouldn't you agree? It's better to have it neat with maybe just a couple drops of water, because the couple drops of water will actually open up the aromas of the bourbon itself.
There is a process. There's a process. I got my I got to say this because my wife got them for me. My customized Leffingwell engraved Glencairns over there.
Nice.
And those are the beers. Here I am in the beer world. No, those are the glasses that have the swoop into it that concentrates and allows you to bring the aromas in on the nose, and then you take a taste, and then you literally use a beaker and you're putting drops of water in at a time so that you can develop the flavors. I was born in West Virginia. Put an ice cube in my bourbon. I'm fine. You give me a frosty glass, I'm bitching. Although I will give Jeff Leffingwell credit. When I was way too young to drink beer, he made a comment about the difference between drinking a item out of a bottle or a glass, or a glass bottle or a can. I'm sorry. And that of putting it into a another container. You
should always drink your beer if you actually value the flavor of the beer. Drink the beer out of a glass.
Yes. So we've got to take a very brief moment here, because put the comment back up on the screen. For every purchase, you are helping other dogs too, and that is so true. When you purchase from Underdog Bones,
Underdog Plus, I go to underdogplus.com. 20% of 20% of all of our profits go to local pet rescues. So look, this is not like a get rich quick thing. This is not me trying to cash in on people. This literally is here to help local pet rescues. So go to underdogplus.com, go to the Hofbräu House here in Columbus, Ohio, go to Perfect Pour Beverage Company here in Columbus, Ohio also. A couple other places.
What's the food truck?
Deaf Dog Coffee Company. Actually, if you go to
Deaf Dog Company,
look for Deaf Dog Coffee, and man, their coffee is actually really good. We should do a show with them.
I'm not a coffee guy, but I'll take your word for it.
Their coffee is incredible, and they're a huge partner. They sell a lot of these, which is great. It's awesome, and really looking forward to handing out a pretty decent sized check at the end of this year to. So the first year I'm going to give to a single pet rescue. I've been talking to him behind the scenes. We got some stuff brewing. No pun intended.
Brewing.
And, it's going to be fun to actually give over a big check to a single pet rescue this year. But starting next year, we're going to pick a few different pet rescues, and I'm working on actually on the website letting customers choose which rescue their donation goes to. So building a few things on the background, but 20% of all of our profits go to local pet rescues, which is awesome. Go to underdogplus.com, learn more, and it really does help out a good cause, not just me.
Okay, so all right, so we've actually had conversation with Miss Shelley Webb here tonight, and one of the reasons that I reached out to West and said, West, we have to get Shelley some Underdog Brew Bones.
Yeah, she's given them her dogs, and she said she liked them, so that was great.
Was one of her dogs. So Dory, the red bone coonhound, is also a therapy dog.
That's awesome. That's cool.
Dog. And I got to tell you, my dog, I am not her human. It's not quite as bad. It's not quite as bad as West when his dog will walk in. You can walk in. West will walk in the house. The dog will be like, "Yes, somebody's here," and she'll see that it's West, and then she'll drop her head and turn and walk out.
That's literally happened. I'll walk into my house. My dog, somebody's here, runs around the corner, super excited, sees it's me. Actually, it stops before she ever gets to me. Like she's not sure what to do now. She slowly puts her head down, turns around, and walks out of the room. It's like, what? What did I do to you?
When I come home,
my wife. It's how it goes.
When I come home, my dog has full tilt wiggle butts. Everybody knows exactly what I mean when I say my dog bends in half.
Yeah.
Both directions, full tilt wiggle butts. Why? Because I'm the treat machine.
I literally built a treat.
They come to me, I give the treats.
For this
so you
dog.
built a treat.
I literally made a treat company for my dog. And
so
she'll
my
once in a
dog
while.
loves me just because I give her your treats.
There you go. Look, at least somebody's getting some love out of it. It's fine.
Yes. But other than that, my dog, I'm not her human. She comes to me to get treats,
Yep.
food, water, and then let her outside. She'll come here. So we're in my office here, in my home office, and I got my workstation over here. I got dual monitors and whatnot over there. I don't want to try to move because it's not convenient to try to move this setup right now. But I've got a double windows over here. I got French doors over here. I got French doors over here. And she'll just come and look at me like, sup, bro? You gonna let me out?
Exactly.
And then she'll go out and she's like, so you gonna give me a treat?
Right.
And she
Feel the
wants the treats, and I get her to water and a food and a lot of stuff. But if I'm up on the couch, I'm like, Lilo, come here, because my dog's Lilo, because my family's all about Disney.
Of course.
The Treatinator 5000. That's what
Dan
my wife
McDonald
calls
says
it too.
he gets a lot of comments when he wears the shirt he bought from our website, which is the emotional support human. So I made go to underdogplus.com.
Yep,
We have
got the
t-shirts,
wife,
mugs, all that kind of stuff.
hoodie.
One of them is emotional support human that I actually designed for my for my wife, because our dog
Shelly, you
cannot
need that.
live without our dog cannot live without my wife. That's the thing. So
Yeah.
Anybody who has a dog like that, it actually fits really perfectly.
Yeah.
And Dan, I'm glad you got one.
Shelly
They look
needs
great
that
on you
hoodie.
guys.
It's getting winter. I'd say t-shirt, but Shelly, you need that as a shirt. The emotional support human. It's a great logo, great look. And as your dog is actually an emotional support dog, it plays well.
Yep.
It does play well. So that is what the original reason was why I reached out and said, hey, Wes, we got to make something happen here. And said, let's get some treats down there.
Yeah.
So Shelly, let us know where you are with your treat supply, and we'll see what we can do.
And Dan says
I need
it's
to wear that for
comfortable.
sure.
It
Great.
fits well. So that's awesome. Dan, I'm glad you like that. That's really cool. I'm glad
Yeah.
that's
So-
super awesome that you bought those.
The quality t-shirt that you're going to get off of the website is absolutely top notch. So
Right. So I use a company called Printful. It's like a print on demand
Yeah.
thing. So when you buy it, they actually print it specifically for you. They ship it out. So it takes a little longer to get. But I bought a few, and man, they're actually really comfortable. I was surprised when I first got some.
yeah, they are. They are. So even my shirt that I rock, that I need to buy a couple more.
Well, so you bought yours when I had the Teespring shop. I'm
It's
on a different
Teespring.
shop
So
now,
I got
it's probably a different quality shirt.
So I like that. So this shirt right here, I love. So you all don't even know. Okay. So I ran in from Buffalo, New York. I run in, I'm up at Niagara Falls. I run back home. It's 7:49 when I pull in my driveway. I run through. I've got lights to set up. You can't see them here.
Mhm.
I got lights to set up, a whole microphone. I got a podcast running laptop over here. I got the podcast running iPad. I got the camera, the tripod, the tables, the bourbon. Can't forget the bourbon.
Of course.
All these things. And I'm just like, oh my Lord, I've got 11 minutes from the time I pull into my driveway to get everything on earbuds in and ready to go.
Well, 7:59. I text you. I'm like, "Hey, are you still coming on tonight?" I don't know.
Yes. And I'm like logging in. I have no idea what the agenda is. It is just boom.
You're a busy
I gotta
man,
tell you,
David.
thank you guys all. The interaction we've had tonight has been amazing. So it is great. So well worth it. Talking about business thing. Don't rush to fulfill orders. It's not correct. Just what?
Don't rush to fulfill order if it's not correct, just to fill the order to get it quicker to the customer. Yeah. So that's the thing. So when you order the treats, though, they
Ooh,
actually
that's
come from
a
me,
whole-
so I fulfill those. But the
Shirts are POD.
shirts and
Print on
the
demand.
shirts, the mugs, the dog bowl, if you buy a food bowl, something like that, that actually comes from Printful. So that's printed. I think they're printed in, I couldn't even guess. I don't know. But they actually fulfill that and send that out. So I never actually interact with that part of it.
Yeah.
So
we've had a few
have
people
faith
say,
they
"Hey,
do
can
a
I get
good
this
job.
stuff signed?"
Yeah, I have faith they do a good job. Nobody's complained yet, which is great. But if anybody's watching this or listening and you've had a problem with an order, let me know, and I will do my best to try and fix that. But I think they do a good job.
Yeah.
Every order that I've made from them
every order I've seen, every order I've put in has been great. And just so everybody knows, this is one of the things that comes about being a good businessman. I don't take product for free. When I order Underdog plus Bones,
that's right. I've offered to send you some for free because we're kind of partners in this, and you're like, no, I'm going to buy them. I'm like, all right,
no, I'm going to buy them. You don't run a business that way, and when you're a true friend, you don't go to business that way.
Right.
The idea of a person starting a business is to start a business. And, being the business, literally my title is business development manager. So I want, it's all about that. It's definitely all about the world of developing a business. And again, we try to give you guys about 3 minutes of good, solid business advice, and the rest of the time wrapped in a bourbon-soaked brain.
Yeah, that was today's show.
Of smutty goodness.
Smutty goodness. There's a t-shirt
smutty
for you.
Goodness. That's a t-shirt right there. That is definitely a t-shirt.
Smutty goodness. And I'm gonna butter your bread.
We almost made it. Made it. So for those of you guys who weren't around last week, I don't even know how we got to it, but the statement of I got to do the voice. I'm gonna butter your bread came up, and we didn't let it go.
No, that was like half the show last week.
It literally was half the show last week. I was talking about I'm gonna butter your bread, and that it has carried on. Sometime over the next week, I'm gonna call West at random, and he's gonna be like, "Hey Dave, what's up?" I'm gonna be like, "I'm gonna butter your bread," and I'm just gonna hang up.
Actually, I never answer phone calls, so it'll probably be a voicemail.
He doesn't. That's crazy. My best bro, and he's like, I ain't answer that call.
No, you know what? I've been answering your calls lately. I've been picking up lately.
I don't call much, so
yeah.
I drive a lot. So if anybody ever wants to call me, just ping me on Facebook. When I'm driving, I will literally talk to you for hours because my drives,
you're just driving.
Yeah, because I'm just driving and I've got nothing else to do. So if you're like, hey, if you're ever in a spot and you're like, hey, I really need somebody just to talk to, I'm your guy because I've got hours of window time. So on Sunday night, I'm driving. It's 4.5 hours to get 4.5 to 5 hours to get to New York City.
New York City.
I could use some. New York City. I could use some time. So if somebody calls me, if you guys are like, hey, I really need to flesh something out, we got 5 hours of time that we can really flesh some stuff out.
True.
So just ping me. We'll make it work. We'll butter your bread. Oh, it's so good.
I'm
so
definitely
good. So what pipe
you
got there? What pipe you got there, bro?
Oh, right now I have my corncob pipe.
Nice.
I'm feeling kind of down homesy. Talking about
down homesy.
New York City. I don't know. Is that what country people say?
I have no idea. That's not what we say. That's not what they say at all.
I'm feeling kind of down homesy today.
What the hell is he talking about?
Pipe. Down homesy.
Yeah. So what is the pipe you gave me? I've got it over there. I keep it on my tray.
Oh, I don't remember. I bought that at the local smoke shop. So I don't remember off the top of my head.
So you bought mine. I bought Matt's.
They still don't have their lounge open yet, by the way. So I don't have the local smoke shop had their lounge shut down.
Devin, what the hell, man? Devin.
Hang on, I gotta catch up.
No, it was Dan.
Oh,
it
Dan,
was Dan.
I'm not putting that on the screen.
I didn't even see who put that up there.
Where did that come from?
No. Flesh it out. It's to develop the idea.
Yeah, with
a corncob pipe and a button nose. Shelly's on
is
point.
Much more pure.
Thank you for bringing that around. That is good. I'm going to give you I can give you a thumbs up, right?
I appreciate it. Shelly, that was perfect. I like it.
I don't even know. I can do
Brought
this.
us back to a little bit of sanity. I appreciate the compliment on my nose, too. Thank you.
Yeah, just a little button nose. Just a little button. Just a button nose. It's all good stuff. All good stuff. drinking from my brand new 45 bought from the Trump Wine Bar. And
so you were actually there, though. You were actually there. Did you
did
you get a picture of those chairs you wanted to?
Yes, I did. I actually put it on Facebook. But I ended up drinking with a former Secret Service agent.
No way.
He said former, but he was keeping a really close eye on me.
I can't imagine why.
Yeah. So we went there. He was supposed to meet me at another cigar lounge, but I think I drank him under the table at the first one, and he called it quits.
You outdrank a Secret Service agent.
Yeah.
And that's how David shakes all the federal agents that start tailing him. He starts drinking with them.
That's what I do.
And they eventually pass out.
I start drinking with him. I get him completely clattered, and then I go stumbling off to other things. So what's one of the things funny is I travel around a lot, and I find people, they go, hey, I love this carry weapon or this carry weapon. And I'm like, are you going to Sarajevo or something? What the hell do you need that for? Like, well, no. I'm like, dude, I stumble out completely clattered in the middle of Boston. I go to Southie and I got no problems. I'm in Manhattan all the time, just stumbling around, and I got nothing. I go to Pittsburgh. I came back from Pittsburgh. I was at Rocky Patel, and I stumbled past a couple of the ballpark there, the football stadium, and the baseball park and everything. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Are you cussing at every single person that goes by you, that you feel that you need this? I'm like, by all means, it's your right and your rule to go for it. But gee, Christmas, I stumble out and I have $2 in my pocket, and we're cool. Everybody's cool with Dave.
And you're doing all this traveling, and you don't
Dave.
even call Dan McDonald.
And I don't call. Wait, where we at? The Bronx. So I was actually in the Bronx last week. I'll be in the Bronx again tomorrow. On Monday. I'll be in the Bronx again on Monday.
There you go.
Yeah, and don't call me. So Dan, that was last year, bud. I don't get up there anymore, but we can make something happen.
He thinks he's too good for you, Dan. That's what it is.
No.
He's a big New York City guy.
Dan's in my old hood. So I got to tell you, I love, so I spent a lot of time in New York City. I spent a lot of time in Boston. I don't want to say one's better than the other, but I prefer Boston.
Boston's
there
a fun
are certain
city.
things I can do. There are certain things I can do in New York City, and there are certain things I can do in Boston. And I got to tell you, Boston, if I was to adopt a new hometown, Boston would be at the top of that list.
Boston's fun.
Boston.
We need to do another show from the Green Dragon, by the way.
So you and I did the show in Boston.
Yeah.
And it was, the show we did there was great. Not just because of what it was, although we are coming up on an anniversary, so we should bring in the people from the
Boston Tea Party Ships and Museum.
Boston Tea Party Ships and Museum. I was like, wait, the way they're worded is weird. The Boston Tea Party Ships and Museum, the people we had talking about the history of it, we are coming up on an anniversary of that, and it's kind of a big deal for them.
We should go back to the Green Dragon, man. That was a cool place.
I don't think we go back to Green Dragon, because the electrical issues we had were gremlin crazy.
That was rough.
I say we do it from the Ships and Museum out on remember the pier we went past and where we met the guy?
Yeah.
We go there and say, let's do it from here out on the actual bay where they dump the stuff.
That's cool.
Almost said shit, but that'd be terrible. Where they dump the stuff.
Where they dump the shit. Yeah, it's fine.
Where they
dump the stuff.
By shit, we mean tea.
By shit, we mean tea that launched the revolution. There's more to the story than that. I know.
There's a lot more story, and that's a great thing. Is the people at the Boston Ships and Museum. So their name is so strange for me. The turn tongue is odd. But anyway, the Boston Ships and Museum, they really put together the story and put together the history that goes with it, and did a phenomenal job. And we kept talking about, hey, we need to bring this guy back on to close out this story. And I think we need to do that. That's it's amazing. I think we're up against an actual anniversary of one of the big ones, and it should be good.
Well, because when we did the original show from Boston, it was on the anniversary of the Boston Tea Party.
December 19th.
Yeah.
and we did it at the Green Dragon,
At the Green Dragon,
which
where
is
they
where they
planned
planned
the original
the Boston Tea Party.
Like, I'm
Yes.
pretty proud of that one. That was pretty cool.
That was a great show. That was an amazing show. We were riddled with technical gremlins because, you know, they actually used Benjamin Franklin's kite wire.
I think
for
it
the
really
electrical
was. It was
circuits
so
in the
bad.
house.
And there was a live band setting up there that night.
There was a live band, and
Using up
who
all the
was
electrics.
coming in? Naughty Nurses.
The Naughty Nurses.
Naughty Nurses is what the
It's not as fun
the
as they
waitress-
made it out to be, though. It wasn't.
Yeah,
nearly
it
as
was
fun.
definitely not.
No,
there was too many.
They were
dudes.
literally just nurses who weren't
Yeah.
the kind that you would expect to see in an adult film.
Yeah. So one of the local medical care facilities there had their nurses come in and did their annual Christmas or Saturnalia holiday celebration there. So, but when they came to us, they said, "Hey, we got Naughty Nurses coming in later," and both Wes and I are like,
Okay,
all right, bring it."
Right, it wasn't what you expect.
Oh darn! It was not what we thought.
Yeah, and Devin
It
Ross
was not what we
and Devin
thought.
Ross laughs. He says all original electrical wiring. Devin, this building is no joke. It was like 250-year-old building.
dude,
It was
it's
no joke.
so okay. I run into this a lot. I do. So, and people go, "Hey, we have this old building here." And I'm used to New England now.
Right.
I live up here. It's where I live. And that's the kind of involvement I'm in. When they say old building, I'm thinking Revolutionary War and back.
Yeah, that's
Because
old.
that's the type of stuff that we deal with.
Right.
And then they come out and they go, "Well, this is built in the 1950s."
Right,
I'm
it's like from the 50s and
"Father,
60s."
are you freaking kidding me? This
It's
is
not
not
that old.
old. This is not old. This is freaking, pastel kitchen color world. This is not old. And so I have discovered that the word old changes. It
It's
is
relative.
very subjective.
It's very relative.
And very relative. Yes. So if I'm up here in the New England area, I hear old, I think old. And, to me, old, not, I'm going to, next year I'll be in Greece and Rome, and I'll be in France, and old over there is different than old
yeah,
in
old
New
in
England.
Europe is way different from old in America.
Yes.
So
old
yeah.
Old in Greece is different than old in
Old in Greece
France
is like
different than,
old in Greece is like 3,000 years old.
yes.
Their electric was not nearly the same as it is now.
Yeah.
It's very
Yeah,
very
they had the clay pots. We all know about that. Anyway, but I head down south. I head south, and I get down there. The devil had just lost a golden fiddle to some hillbilly, right?
fair enough.
And the hillbilly's like, "Hey, I want to put this in an old museum." And their idea of old is like the late 1800s, early 1900s. Okay, yeah, this is old. Okay,
kinda
this is
old.
old. You've got vinyl siding. It's old. I got it. And then I'm out in Phoenix, or I'm out in California, and they're like, "Hey, we get this really old building from the 1980s." I'm
Yeah,
like,
from the
"Motherfucker,
80s.
I'll cut you." Like, I will cut you. I'm from the 80s. I will cut
Look,
you.
if the people who built it are
Stop
still
with this
alive,
old stuff.
if the people who built
Yeah,
it are
it's
still
not
alive, it's
old.
not old.
Yes. Like the people who designed it, it's not cool, man. You can't say old. You got to stop that. So that is one of the terms I've come across this country that really changes. And I do get calls from coast to coast, and people are like, "Hey, we got this really old site." I'm like,
Define old.
define, what are we talking about old? And I've got a couple sites that are, where's my, it's over there, that I'm a huge fan of, Frank Lloyd Wright, huge fan. So I've taken care of a couple of his houses and buildings and stuff, but it's not old.
Yeah, no, it's, I mean,
Those are not old. Their collection, I get it,
right,
but they're not old.
right. Yeah, it's old. Again, old is relative.
Yes. I was actually looking at so Devin Ross says 1776 old. That is very key, because when I was moving and I was selecting where I was going to live up here, I had actually looked and thought about living over towards Connecticut area.
Mm-hmm.
And we were going to be looking. There were a couple of houses that I absolutely loved that were the core of the house, the main of the house, the old part of the house was pre-1776. It was pre-Revolutionary War.
Right. Now those houses are cool. The problem is if you actually walk inside those really actually old houses, those old manor houses and stuff, even though they look gigantic from the outside, the rooms are teeny tiny. They may have 27 rooms, but they're all the size of a shoebox.
That's but when the trusses are this big, fire cave-ins, things like that. And most people have built onto them over the years, the ones I'd looked at. But the core of the house, like, hey, the front face of the house, they were beautiful, they were gorgeous. And there were a few of them that we looked at where that were from the 1750s and 1740s that were out and around. And that actually, if I'd lived in Connecticut, that's probably where it'd have been. And if anybody gets a chance, very important, nobody gets a chance. Everybody has to go. Every viewer, if you listen to my dulcet tones,
there you go.
You must go to Norwich, Connecticut. Norwich, Connecticut is the home of the Leffingwell House and Museum.
It's just pictures of David.
You got to go.
It's just pictures
they
of
don't
David
have anything
and
for
black
me. Although
and black
I
and
should send them a picture of me. I should send them a big picture of me and be like, hey, you guys got to hang this up.
David, you know what you got to do? You got to go in there and sneak in like a really nice framed photo of you. Like maybe make it black and white and like you're dressed in like an old cowboy hat or something.
Yes. Give me a wig.
Right. And then like when nobody's looking, like hanging on the wall and hope nobody notices. Dude, that would be awesome.
That would be great. But I don't think I have to do that. So because I'm a Leffingwell, I actually volunteered last year to be a docent for the museum. Unfortunately, this year didn't work out, but I'm going to do it next year, I believe, and make some special trips over there to be a docent for the museum.
Nice.
So that they have not only the Leffingwell House Museum, they have an actual Leffingwell descendant of Christopher, I believe, over there to present and talk and speak about the museum.
Dude, that's cool. I like it.
Just sneak one of those most wanted photos in. You get the pair. Holy moly, I'm way behind on time here. What we got here? BC old. Yes. So yeah. First, get the Leffingwell custom bourbon bottle batch with you. So while I wouldn't mind making a custom bottle of bourbon, I'd probably just drink it.
That's fair. Look, I've made bourbon, and it's time consuming. It's fun. So basically,
I've got it around here somewhere.
I sort of made a bourbon. I used bourbon ingredients, and then I made a moonshine, and then I aged it in a barrel. So I guess it was technically a bourbon.
Yeah.
Technically.
Basically, that is what bourbon is. Basically, bourbon is an alcohol, completely clear. It goes into the bourbon, the charred oak barrel. It adapts, from the expansion and contraction of the bourbon barrel. That is what gives it the caramel color, the flavor. So this bourbon, when it goes in, is completely and absolutely clear.
So the charred white oak in the barrels is what gives it the flavor and the color. I gave some to Matt a while ago, a few months ago, and he said he felt like he had no hair. He felt like he was like, remember that?
I remember that. It was on the show.
Yeah,
that was on the show.
He didn't have that much, and he's like, I feel like my hair is missing. What's going on?
I have no hair.
He's like hallucinating from my. And it's strong. I mean, it's probably.
I feel like my hair's gone too, but that's just because the haircutting guy or girl was like, you just want a little bit taken off, and then she was like, and cut like all of it.
Nah, you look great, David. You look great.
I look amazing. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. Viviel. No, I like bourbon.
All right, but we've been going for a little over 2 hours. So
is it? We're done. We're good.
Yeah, let's go ahead and wrap it up. It was a fun show.
Oh, it's 10:21. Hell yeah, we're done.
It was a fun show. Man? So everybody go to underdogplus.com. Check out the t-shirts. Check out the dog bones. I'm working on a few other products.
Yes, indeed.
Some pretty interesting stuff. I think it's going to be pretty popular. And we will see you guys next week. I've been West. This guy has been David. This guy used to be Matt Harmon. And we'll see you.
And just remember, we're here to butter your bread.
We're going to butter your bread. Oh, my.
felt full cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods.